welcome to cryptocurrency, financial markets, and financial products. Okay, a very warm welcome to all you guys. Let me just invite all the people. Hold on for a second. Let me open my. All right. All right, guys. All right. Hold on. While we are starting our stream. Yes, here we go. Uh, very warm welcome to all you guys. I'm so happy and excited, and I'm being able to join you guys back after 2 days of break. As you all know, Monday and Tuesday is my week off, and that's my weekend, of course. So I know a lot of you reached out during my during the off, like my week off also, and I really appreciate, guys. As much as I really want to get connected with you, but I will be having very limited access to the to all the things that basically will be associated with office. So I hope you guys understand that during my week offs, you might find very minimal response from my end, or very minimalistic responses. I Because it's my week off. So, and you won't mind me either responding too late or maybe not responding at all, because I might sometimes be traveling, I might be doing anything during my week off. So really apologize to anybody if I've caused any kind of inconvenience. But if in case anything is accessible to me, I do make sure that I reach out to you guys. I try to resolve your issues, anything that you guys are facing, because I understand that crypto markets work 24/7, and so should the people be. And every one of us, even when it's your holiday, it's not your holiday, we all are sometimes trading, we are not trading, depends on whatever situation we are in. So please bear with me. I would really apologize to anyone whom I've caused inconvenience during my week offs. But my, my koshish, my try will be like, I will basically try my level best to be able to answer to all you guys in whichever way possible. All right. So let's head. As you all know, this is like 4 hour session that I join with you guys, and it's my sincere effort to be able to bring you the best quality content that we bring on this channel. So again, let me begin from the start. My name is Nida Afreen, and I'm officially associated with Zewit channel. So people who do not know me and who are seeing me for the first time, I am with this channel past 8 to 10 months now. It has been a beautiful journey from knowing where this platform was to where it is right now, with all your love and support. Guys, Zebit is now a good success, and this is all because of your love and kind of support that you guys are providing us. Continue to support us the same way. We all are working very hard behind the scenes to basically make sure that you get as much support as possible, from the technical aspects of it, from the trading point of view as well. For some of you are beginning just out in the crypto industry, and I totally get it, because I once upon a time was in the same shoe as you guys are right now. And I totally get it, the kind of questions you guys might be having, the mind-boggling questions, the curiosity, the kind of things that would be in the minds, where we want to make these things so simplified so that every day becomes an easier task for us to trade and to make some good profit. So that's my sincere effort. And so do I request all you guys, whoever watches this stream on an ongoing basis, to make sure if anything that you found in this stream was useful or was helpful, use this in your day-to-day trading, because I do not want you to get basically just follow me and just take a trade, but also make sure to do the due diligence and also do some little research from your end, so that you know where you are heading. I'm sure each one of us are heading towards something which we know about. We don't want to get into something where we either understand halfway through or we do not understand anything at all. Halfway through is still fine, but I wouldn't say half knowledge is still dangerous. I would say take full knowledge, but you should basically make sure to implement all the things that you learn in these sessions so that you can use that on an ongoing basis. All right. So whoever joins the stream and whoever is asking me any kind of questions, I will be, I'm having 2 to 3 screens here. Sometimes I'm looking here, looking there. So if I miss out on any questions at some point in time, do bear with me. I will be coming back to each one of you. So how is your crypto journey so far going? Let me understand to people, whoever has joined these sessions, can I understand how far, how good has been your crypto journey so that we know that what are the challenges that you guys face on an ongoing basis. Guys, if you are able to connect with me on real terms, in terms of talking to me directly, like sharing your good and bad trading things, like maybe you would have had a successful trade where you made some profits, or you would have had a bad trade where you didn't make any profits. Anything that you think you want to share, you can, so that we understand where things are going wrong and we can rectify those errors. And trust me guys, even when I began as a trader, everyone at some point in time does some kind of mistakes, but there's nothing wrong in doing mistakes. After all, learning from the mistakes is what we have to be basically be doing. So don't worry on that aspect. So if in case certain days you do some losses, don't panic, don't fear. There will be days where you will do good amount of profits, and that's what we are doing these sessions for, so that you do a lot of trades. I mean, you do trades which are successful as well. So let's begin our day. As you all know, this is a 4-hour session where I continuously either I'm talking about markets, or I'm talking some generic topics, or I'm either talking about the other financial markets as well. So as you all know, these markets are all related to each other, all right? So one market going down can actually correlatedly, impact the other markets as well. So this is how the overall the crypto or the financial markets function. So if you are coming into this industry for the first time, you have to understand some basics behind it, while you can actually start trading with a very simple logic. Buy low, sell high is what we all know, right? In the normal trade, e-commerce, or in the in the context of what business is all about, we all understand that what is profit or loss, what is buying and selling, how do we profit, how do we make loss. These are the very common things either we would have studied even in school, colleges, or in our economic subject, or in our commerce subjects and things like that. But besides that, there are numerous factors that affect the market on an ongoing basis, and that's very important. So I do have some kind of stream, some kind of sessions that I have created like a couple of months ago, where I have completely talked about so many things, like the things that affect the markets, the prices, how they get affected positively or negatively. There are so many factors that keep bringing about positive and negative changes. Those are the things that I have talked about. And also different types of investments, different types of products that are there available in the market. So during what phases and which phases, what can actually work out for you. Other than that, there are so many things which we can actually take advantage of in order to see when the crypto markets are either down, or maybe we want to find an alternative. Then in order to identify basically the opportunity cost, which I always talk about in most of my sessions, that in case you are not making profits in some market, you will be able to find some opportunity in other markets and you will be able to make. So these are few things we all have to understand as a basic trader, so that we are taking successful trades. And not just about that, the basic noise around us. Now the basic noise in the context, what I mean by that is, you have to also see what is happening in the market, like the major decisions that impact the prices, whether it be Federal Reserve's decisions, or any other geopolitical factors, or any other the not like, the political factors of course hamper a lot, but geo factor also is very very important for us. So we all need to understand there are some sudden, trade wars that happen, tariff wars that happen, so many things between the countries that happen, and that kind of impacts the overall market. So these are few things, and in my previous sessions also I've repeated all of this. So let's begin first. Let's see the live market first, what's happening in the market, then we will come back to the technical aspect of it. And today in my session we are going to see how successfully can we actually spot the reversals, because it's easy to buy low, sell high. That is the normal logic. But what is the most difficult aspect of trading is the most difficult aspect of trading is to spot the reversals, which means how much, at what level is price going to go retrace or consolidate or pull back for a shorter term period and then retrace back. So in my session, I have Aniket joining in. Aniket, thank you so much for joining in. Hi. Thank you so much, for joining this session. And I can even see user 750549. If you would like to share your names, guys, when you enter into the live chat rooms, it would be easier for me to refer to you guys with your names, and I'll be able to talk to you guys, and you can share your stories, how your trading journey has been going, and whatever you're facing the issues or you're having some kind of setbacks or things like that, you can talk to me directly. Share your name when you enter into the live stream room. It will be easier for me to refer to you guys and talk to you in much better manner. All right. So user 750549, if you would like to talk to me, please do share your name. And if in case you have any kind of question also, you feel free to ask me anything. All right. So let's look at the crypto market overview. The 4-hour session is going to be a combination of understanding where the crypto markets are heading. B, we are going to also see if there is any kind of news which is around the financial markets. And C, we are also going to see the technical aspects of it. Technical and fundamental analysis is anyways part of this session. So you know how we are going to start our technical analysis, and based on what parameters are we able to take some successful trades. While I keep sharing the information in my community about the buy and the sell selling points, like the buy and the sell signals, I think whoever is joining these sessions are aware of this, and you guys know that I keep on sharing some buy and sell signals. I don't know how much it is useful. Aniket and the other one, the other guy or girl, I don't know, user 750549, whoever you are, sir, madam, sir, ma'am, whoever you are, you would like to share. Are you getting the buy and sell signals in the community, and do you find any of those signals useful, or are there any kind of feedbacks from you guys, or are there any kind of good, bad, whatever feedback you think you would like to share, you're welcome to do so. So please feel free to do while I'm actually talking about the topic, and then we'll get back to all the technical aspects of it as well. So Bitcoin at $113,043, it's like 0% move from past 24 hours, which is like a very very weird number to see there. I haven't seen 0% at any point in time. This is first time that I'm coming across that it's showing as 0%. So that's fine. Ethereum $4180, it's down by 0.38%. BNB trading at $116, 0.73, positive by 0.35%. I think BNB is one of the cryptos which is just going in the different direction altogether, and I haven't seen as far when since I've been watching all the other cryptos, BNB is something which is going like positive, and this is very very crazy to see that one of the cryptos is just following something very very positive, and definitely it does have some kind of potential. Maybe we will discuss about BNB and BNB opportunities too, while you can basically look into other cryptos as well. Solana at 212.89, down by 3%. XRP at 2.8867, it's possible positive by 0.93%. The overall fear and greed index is standing at 39 fear, which means people are fearing at this moment. So what actually could have gone and impacted the markets. Right now, it's obviously after profit taking and after the Fed Reserve's decision recently, everybody has taken profits, and it's a short term consolidation that's happening. So I think this is the cycle every time, right? So it's a minor pullback, which kind of brings back the profits, which kind of brings back the cryptocurrencies down to a towards a downward direction, where a lot of buying happens. The consolidation phase does allow each one of us, the traders, to basically to start a new trend altogether. Just a second, I have a message in group. Ma'am, मुझे आज से new journey start करनी है to trade. Sure, my dear Aniket. I am with you in all these things. Don't worry. Whatever you want to start with, whatever you want to first, the first and foremost step for all of you guys is to, obviously, the people who are joining from the live application itself. I'm assuming you guys have already downloaded the app, KYC yourself, which means you are KYC compliant. You have done your deposits, and now you're ready to begin your journey. So if in case people who are joining me from the outside, which means from directly YouTube or X official, I think to those people, probably you might need guidance first to first download the app. Then second thing is to KYC yourself. KYC requires your documents, which means one passport, Aadhaar is good enough to start your crypto, KYC documents. And then you have to basically register your number. That's third thing. And once you do that, you have the option to either do a fiat deposit or you have the option to crypto deposit. So people who must be trading already, you might have already crypto lying in your wallets. Maybe if you want to transfer it from some other wallets like Binance, or from your previous wallets like CoinDCX, or maybe guys who belong to India, whichever country you guys belong to, you might have different wallets already lying, right? So from there you can deposit it. I have shown you guys how to use the crypto deposit option too. I will repeat that once again in case somebody is new and somebody would like to know that and understand that. That also I will do. But other than that, yes, that is how you begin your journey. So overall, as you can see, guys, whatever the way you are trading, one very important thing which I all want to repeat to each one of you, in case every trader has a different way of looking at things, every trader has different ways of doing technical analysis. So if in case you are basically taking a trade, you might follow a lot of gurus, you might follow a lot of mentors, you might follow me, you might follow somebody else, you might follow ABCDXYZ. But remember, don't just blindly go by somebody who is telling you to do something. Do your own research as well, because what happens is, it's very important. What somebody might be telling might be differing with someone else, and with somebody else, that can actually create a lot of confusion for all you guys. So as part of this journey, I request each one of you to also do a bit of research from your end, so that basically you are trading safe and you're trading right. So that is my request from all you guys. I welcome to the stream Oracle X. Oracle X is in the stream. Thank you so much for joining in. You want to share your name with us, you want to share your level of expertise, your expertise in the trading journey. How has it been? Is it that you are a first time beginner, or you are a first time user or beginner in the world of crypto or spot trading or whatever, or you're a proficient trader, whatever it is, you can share the experiences with us, guys. One please request from my end, each one of you, whenever you join the streams, please make sure you tell your names, because I find it a bit difficult to refer you with your usernames, user so and so. So if you would like to share the name, it would be great, and that will help us in terms of being able to connect with you guys. So yeah, I can see Oracle X. You want to share anything, you're welcome to do so. So welcome to the stream once again, to the Zbit official channel, where we talk about everything that's related to crypto, financial markets, and financial products. So I was going on talking about the overall markets and the market overview today. So market capitalization is standing at 3.9 trillion US dollars. As you can see, the volume is at 163.66 billion. Looks like the volume has gone down completely because we are used to seeing a volume above 200 or 250 always, and it's like 163.6. So which means that of course there has been some kind of good amount of liquidations that have happened, which is actually drawn the outflows, which definitely is very much visible in the volume that is being traded. Let's have a look at the coin market cap index 100 index. It's a combination of positive, negative. So there's no majority here. There's no majority. So most of them are. It's a balanced kind of a thing where both some of them are negative, some of them are positive. So it's not like somebody out outsmarting someone, somebody doing somebody performing well, somebody not performing well. Yes, it's a combination of everything. So that's on the coin market cap 100 index. So yes, guys who are just starting out your journey, I know some of you are saying that you are going to start your journey all over again. So whatever you were trading, which means I'm thinking that whatever you guys used to basically follow, now you are going to uh, I'm going to take you through things which basically is going to help you out. So do make sure that you are actually not carrying the baggage of someone else. Okay, I am okay, you are following somebody else also, but the point here should be, even if you're following someone else, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whoever, that's okay, but make sure you also do your own research before you get into the industry, you take any kind of trade, so that you are sure of what is happening. So the overall global cryptocurrency market capitalization at the moment, as you can see, is standing at 3.9 trillion, experiencing a slight decline of about 0.11% over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance has remained strong at 57.73%. Recent market sentiment has influenced by several factors. One of the major factors that has impacted the markets, we all know, is the Federal Reserve's comments. The Federal Reserve chairman Jerome Powell, basically has recently marked or highlighted challenges faced by the central banks impacting the investor confidence in risk assets, including the cryptocurrencies. So the Fed Reserve cuts of 25 BPS basically has kind of taken the markets by a slight upward direction, but that was not massive as compared to any other you know days where we basically see a lot of market momentum during such kind of sessions or during such kind of events. Though it was always in the media, there were so many things that were talked about, there was media hype, there was so many things that were happening, but this overall has actually impacted the markets, not on a very very high note, but yes, on a minimalistic plus a balanced approach. So after all that profit taking, now what does happen? It happens is the consolidation phase comes and the pullback phase comes, where basically markets go down and markets come for a small rebound, where basically they will be just a sec. So, like I was telling you, like the Federal Reserve comments, definitely, it does. The now that the markets and the overall the non DeFi, like the decentralized finance, we all know what it is, and the traditional finance, the traditional banks or the central banks or whatever, we all know, we all are heading towards digital world, tokenization and whatnot. So there are some challenges always impacting the overall markets, as well as the traditional markets, as well as the crypto market. So there has been talks about Federal Reserve's chairman, who kind of shows concern that yes, we are into a very in a very how do I say, it's a a confusing state of mind where basically it is heading towards digitization, RWA, real world assets, and tokenization and whatnot. But yes, in all of that, we do still have some kind of, you know, bottleneck or hassles that are actually impacting the overall crypto markets, because they are a very risky products. So that concern is anyways going on. But with the regulatory development that is in future, that is in the pipeline, and as we go on seeing that something or the other keeps on happening and the development keeps happening, some new thing comes, some new rules, some new regulations, things always are moving towards the for the betterment. So the regulatory developments, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission has initiated efforts to integrate stable coins into derivative markets, signaling potential regulatory shifts. So this, of course, is a very, very positive news for all of us. So the Commodity Futures Trading Community, also known as the CFTC Committee, they have initiated the efforts to integrate stable coins into derivative contracts. So what else can we ask, right? So if these kind of movements are happening, it definitely calls for, like, obviously better days coming ahead. So the more exposure, the more adoption, the more interest it's grabbing, the more it is better for all of us, because it's going to be the mainstream and it's going to be in the main challenge itself. So that's how it is. So Bitcoin at 113, Ethereum 4,181, BNB 1,014, Cardano 0.82, XRP at 2.88. So why are the prices moving? Bitcoin, the 24 hours change about 0.025%. Just a second, let me just open my, sorry guys. Okay. So Bitcoin price has, of course, experienced slight fluctuations today. Okay, I can see Mr. Mangat has joined the session. Thank you so much, Mr. Mangat, for joining in. I can see you joined the session. How has your journey been going with Zbit? Would you like to share some kind of experiences of yours? Are you a beginner trader? Are you a professional trader? What kind of level of experience do you have in trading? And in case you are facing any kind of issue when it comes to trading, you might as well share that, and then we can together sort out what all you're facing, and probably we will be able to guide you enough on it. All right, so Mr. Mangat, feel free to talk to us. And because this 4 hours of session that we have between 4 to 8 p.m., that's when I come live, between 4 to 8 p.m. Dubai time. Remember this time, guys. I don't know what all different time zones you guys are joining from. Some of you are from Nigeria, some of you are from Portugal, some of you are from India, maybe some of you are UAE, or some of you are even from I don't know, Pakistan. I don't know which countries you guys are joining from. So probably there might be slight time differences between us. So please make sure, note the timing. The timing is 4 to 8 p.m. Dubai time. In 3 days of our stream, we are actually live 8 hours a day. That is between 11 to, sorry, not 11, 12 to 8 p.m. is when we are live on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and Thursday, we are live 4 to 8 hours, sorry, 4 hours every day. So make the note of the timing so that you are there on the sessions, and you can ask all your doubts and queries and your questions every time you enter into the session. Yeah. So Bitcoin price, as I was talking about, has been experiencing slight fluctuations today. The broader market sentiments have been getting influenced by global economic factors and regulatory news, which has contributed to its current price movements. Of course, after the good news of whatever the Federal Reserve has made the decisions, now the consolidation phase, where it kind of takes you to like for about a week or something. I wouldn't say there is any kind of time frame where the consolidation will happen. It is not accurate, 100% consistent that you would be seeing consolidation for 1 week. It might be some days, it might be weeks, it might totally depend on the next cycle, where some positive thing or some optimistic thing definitely, like, impacts the market, and then it rallies, and then the profit taking happens. So at this point in time, the buyers are not so strong. Of course, there are orders that are getting collected, so it's in the accumulation phase. So each one of them are in the negative. So the moment you see the orders have piled up and there is a lot of inflows in the market, the markets will start moving again. So at this point in time, Bitcoin, Ethereum, be it any coin that we talk about, are all in consolidation phase. So no worries on that part. This is the time when you are actually, should be heading towards buying. This is the right opportunity. Wherever you see something which is negative, which is losing out, don't worry. There will be a time when again it will boom back. So your work is, at this point in time, whichever crypto you are dealing with, and you see a negative or a red mark over there in the losing section, then you have this opportunity to basically enter into the trade. Means take a long position, but taking a long position, I will get back to it. We are going to start the technical analysis of it, and we will see each crypto, if they are at the moment currently undervalued or overvalued. Basis that, we will decide, do we get the right opportunity to actually trade in this current scenario, or are we actually entering at a price which is already hyped up or at its height. Now, in order to determine that, we basically have to do some mathematical calculations. I will come back to it. You will have to wait for it until we do that. Maybe I'm going to pick up all the 5 cryptos which you see on the coin market cap, like the top 5: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, BNB, and XRP, and show you how we can do the calculations based on NVT ratio that we talk about, to understand if the crypto is overvalued, undervalued, or fair valued. And basis that, we will decide which crypto we are going to enter into. That is one thing we will do. Second thing, what we will do is, if we found that yes, we do have opportunity in any of this crypto, then from there we will start our technical analysis and see what are the short term long, and sell positions that we are getting. Okay, so hold on to it, because we are going to discuss that in some time. Let's move on. Ethereum price, let's come to that. Ethereum price, it has seen a minor decline. The market's cautious stance and economic uncertainties has affected its performance, of course. So Binance coin, you can see BNB, basically it stands out with a positive movement today. Factors such as the increased utility with the Binance ecosystem and positive market sentiments have supported its price. So I was reading an article about what is actually impacting the Binance coin, the BNB coin. Of course, there are some upgrades that is, of course, basically taking it towards more of investor confidence, and the prices are definitely shooting up. Other than that, yes, there is institutional interest and adoption towards it. That's why the prices of BNB, I mean, you would have seen it was in 3 digits all this while. Now it's moved to 4 digits, which definitely has impacted the overall markets. The XRP is standing at 2.88 at the moment, and it's like up by 0.35%. XRP has shown resilience with a slight increase in price and the ongoing developments in its legal proceedings. I know for a fact, since I've been streaming, I see XRP is always in the news about some kind of legal proceedings, always, just hovering around it. So the market interest will continue to influence its value, but yes, there will be always kind of XRP will always be in the news for its ETF filings, some kind of legal proceedings and things like that, and that will keep this crypto, I think, intact, and will keep always in demand despite of all this minor setbacks that kind of pulls it back for some time. But then it is there to grow, and we will continue to see its growth. It has recently reached about $3.5 as well. So definitely this coin has some kind of potential. So we cannot ignore this crypto completely. We have each one of this, especially the top 5, has something or the other that keeps them in the news always, and that keeps the liquidity and the market moving like crazy. So don't worry on that aspect. We know for smaller time frames as well as for bigger time frames or whatever, for bigger time horizon or the short time horizon, every time there is something or the other that will overall impact the market. Now coming to the Cardano basically priced at 0.82, 24-hour change, 0.23%. Cardano's price has experienced a small dip. Market dynamics and investor sentiments are key factors affecting its current position. Doge at the same time is at 0.2429, and it is the overall 24% change, 24-hour change has been 0.79%. I know a lot of you guys are, meme coin lovers. So you guys keep a tab on what's happening with your favorite, meme coins, also Shiba Inu or Dogecoin for that matter. So guys, meme coin lovers, it's a modest increase for Doge. Community engagement and social media trends has often played a significant role in its price movement. So that's continuing to hype up the markets currently for all the meme coins, not for all the meme coins, for some of them. So Dogecoin is one among them. So yeah, coming to the financial markets, apart from the crypto markets that we talk about, traditional finance markets, the major indices, they are experiencing slight declines today. S&P 500 ETF basically is down by 0.55%, $663.21 is what it is trading at. Dow Jones ETF basically is at $462.87, down by 0.18%. Nasdaq ETF basically is also down by 0.68%. So the financial markets on the other side are also slightly down. Both of them are actually in the consolidation or the minor pullback phase. So it's also down by 0.68% at the moment. And the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF is also down by 0.55%, trading at 328.09. So these movements obviously reflect broader market reactions to economic indicators and investor sentiment. So there's so many things that are in the pipeline. We will be seeing some kind of PCE, the price consumer expense reports, and the PPI reports and the CPI reports and things like that on the go. So that overall, every bit of it kind of impacts the market at the moment. Not much of it in the news, but yes, in coming few days we will see some kind of, again, different things overall impacting the markets. The commodities side of it, global commodities side, the gold is basically up by 0.41%, trading at $346.46%. Silver at $39.96, and it is down by 0.21%. Oil at 75.05, up by 2.21%. So the gold and the oil prices are influenced by global economic factors, again, including the inflation expectations and supply demand dynamics. So despite of all the tariffs, trade wars and whatnot, I think overall these, the recent past, whatever the declarations or the decisions made by the Federal Reserve has definitely taken gold and the commodity market for a very, very great, it has taken to very great height, to be precise. So each one of them are already at their highs, and some of them are slightly pulling back. But how the future decisions are going to overall impact the crypto markets, the overall financial markets, or the commodity markets, that we will have to continue watching, because at this moment what lies with us is basically we are into the consolidation and the pullback phase. So we have the ample opportunity to start our crypto journey with buying at the moment, and that's where we will start. So investors, all you guys, you should stay informed about the economic reports, central bank announcements, and other major news that are happening across, because these things will significantly impact your cryptocurrency and traditional financial markets. So economic reports, the the consumer price index, CPI, the PPI price, producer price index reports, the unemployment data, which is the job data by the US governments, or the the Federal Reserve, and the different kind of decisions on the interest rate cuts or interest rates hike is something also that we need to keep a tab on. So if in case we see that basically the rates are not going to the unemployment data is going continuing, which means there are going to be a lot of job, the data is going to basically be in negative, not much of employment is being done, and there's more and more of increase of unemployment, things like that, it might lead to a recession. I think in recent past somebody asked me this question also. So if the market data is not going to improve on that front, we might see that markets are moving towards recession, or I don't know what could actually impact. So what decisions are the governments going to take in such kind of scenarios is something we need to keep a watch at, on an ongoing basis. So uh, what lies with all of us as investors or traders is like diversifying our portfolios at this point in time. Probably like when you see an opportunity in A market and you do not see the opportunity in B market, you switch the your portfolios. That's how you actually balance out, and that's how you actually take advantage of the opportunity which is lying for you. That's what is called as opportunity cost in the economic theory. So understand this fact. Probably if the financial markets at the moment are not giving you what you want, or the crypto markets are not giving you what you want, then there might be an opportunity lying in the commodity markets, like buying safe in the safer assets like gold or silver or oil for that matter, and vice versa. So you have to time your market, because what really matters is you might have a number of opportunities in different markets at different time, but if you fail to basically time the market, which means if you have not taken the opportunity in the right market at the right time, you are definitely losing a lot. Because once this opportunity is lost, then you might not be able to cover that up during that particular period of time. So that is what we are trying to understand, and that is what we are trying to focus on. Now let's move on to how we calculate the NVT ratio. NVT ratio, also known as the network value to transaction ratio, is nothing but it is a metric where you calculate the the current value of a crypto. Now you might be, if you are somebody who has been trading with stock markets, you might have come across something called PE ratio. Now, PE ratio stands for price to earnings ratio. So each one of you, whoever who has been trading with, the with stock markets, know PE ratio. Why do we calculate it? Because PE ratio does let you know that basically if the current market value of that stock is undervalued, overvalued, or is it fair valued, so that we know that if at current level I am buying so and so crypto or a stock market, I'm buying a stock at the market price, am I buying it at the right price or not, is something that I would like to know. So I hope this is clear so far. I will show you the calculations while I'm actually making notes on the screen as well, so that you guys can make a note of it when you are doing your trading. So that you can have these notes with you always, and whenever you are entering into the trade, make sure you find out the NVT ratio of the crypto, and then you start your crypto journey. Like, you want to switch between any of the cryptos, you can do so. Determining the NVT ratio is the first step, because that will help you in terms of deciding whether or not you should be actually buying into the correct crypto. The reason I tell you to do this is because some cryptos might have actually reached its overpriced value already, which means it has already reached its high, and there might not be any opportunity for you guys as retail investors to enter into the market, but you still continue to buy it. Will have What will happen in the end is you will end up buying it at a very high cost price, in which case you basically are locking your money for a longer period of time, and you might not fetch the required profits that you're looking for. So we don't want to buy it when it is already high. We want to buy it when it is actually low. So that is what we are going to find out. And how do we do that? So just a sec, I'm going to write down the notes for you guys. So far, anything that anybody has, you guys want to ask me any questions, you're welcome to do. You can ask me any questions if you have, guys, and you're more than welcome. Feel free to ask me anything that you think you would like to ask. All right, just a sec. Okay, now here we go. Okay, here I have 4 different cryptos. Okay, I'm going to take each one of them. I will open the 5th one also. Now let's calculate. I will open my Ethereum chart at the moment. All right, so that I can make notes here. So let me put my text. What is NVT ratio? NVT ratio is nothing but network value to transaction ratio. All right. Network value to transaction ratio, NVT, basically is just an alternative for the PE ratio. Guys who have been trading in the stock markets, you will know what it is. It stands for, it doesn't stand for PE ratio, but it's the equivalent, the mathematical concept behind the way we calculate PE ratio to determine the prices where they are placed. The same way we use NVT. So it compares the coin market, it will compare the coins market capitalization with the total volume of transaction that it is basically trading. So how much money is being actually moved on the blockchain is what it actually will determine. So now the formula or the formula for it is NVT equals to market capitalization divided by daily transaction volume. Now, looking at this, you might be like getting a vertigo. Don't worry on that front. It's nothing difficult. I will show you where can you get this market capitalization data and where can you get this daily transaction data also. And I will also tell you how do you determine the different types of levels on the market capitalization for the NVT. NVT, okay, whatever the resultant output that we get on NVT. So when we put the numbers in the formula, okay, and you get onto a result after putting into the formula. So if NVT is basically ranging between 0 to 20, it means it is undervalued. All right. It's a simple thing. Number 2, if NVT, let me put an if also because it's a condition. If NVT is ranging between 20 to 50, it means it is fair valued. And the third condition is if NVT is ranging above 50, then it means it is overvalued. Now you know the 3 conditions for the NVT ratio. Okay. So basis this, first we'll calculate where each crypto is standing so that we know that where the cryptocurrencies are standing. Now let's go one by one. I will do Bitcoin first, BTC. Second, I'll do Ethereum. Third, I'll do BNB. Fourth, I'll do Solana. And fifth, I'll do XRP. Okay. So let's put all of this into the formula and see where each one of them are standing. All right. So the formula is market capitalization divided by daily transaction volume. Now you must be wondering from where do I get these numbers. Now I'm taking you through the page. Let's go to the, I'm going to close this first. Let's go to the live cryptocurrency markets. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to open each one of these cryptos in a separate window altogether. Ethereum, BNB, Solana, XRP. We're doing it just for 5 of them. Now, based on whatever levels, whatever price values we are getting it, you can pick up anything which you would like to trade for your spot or your futures. That's totally up to you. But determining if they are undervalued, fair valued, or overvalued is very, very essential so that we do not miss out in buying, at expensive price. I don't want you guys to buy anything expensive and later regret, oh, I already bought it at its high, how am I even going to make profit? So I don't want you guys to do that mistake. That's the reason I'm showing you this mathematical calculations. Do implement this. Now you can see it on my screen. Can you see this? Okay, here on my left hand side, as you can see, okay, let me just move this. I hope this is clear now. Okay, I'm opening my calculator here. Okay. Okay, so now this is my Bitcoin data. Now what formula did I give you guys? I gave you market capitalization divided by your daily transaction volume that it is trading. So here you have your market capitalization. Can you see this? I am pointing it out. You can see 2.25 trillion. So I am going to put that number here, 2253. Every minute it is fluctuating, guys. So don't take this like 100% accurate. When you are doing it, it might be slightly fluctuating. So don't worry on that. And while I'm actually doing it, it's totally different. So every second it is changing while I'm actually calculating it. So be careful on that front. Like now only 3 to 4 times it changed. Now this is my market capitalization. Now the volume that it is trading over 24 hours. This is the percentage. You don't need to take this percentage. You need to take the volume that it is trading. So you can see Bitcoin. The volume is, I have divided it now 48. Sorry, not. I think I need to divided by. So the figure here I have is 48202,935. It's a bit tricky as well as a bit difficult sometimes because every second it's changing, right? So here it is. Now this is my volume which is trading past 24 hours. So now the resultant output is 46.75. The resultant output is 46.75. Let's go back to our first screen where we wrote all these information and we wrote all the data. So based on the formula, 46.75 is what the NVT is, okay, for BTC. Now tell me, we have written three conditions here. Mr. Mangat, I'm asking you the question. So far, if you're following what I'm saying and what I'm trying to focus on, tell me which range does BTC belong to? Whether or not to trade, we'll come back to a later stage. But based on whatever you see here, we've written 3 conditions, right? We've written 3 conditions here. I think now you'll be able to see. So based on that, Mr. Mangat, would you be able to answer me this question, please? Can you answer to me? So my NVT for BTC is at 46.75. So based on the metrics, based on the 3 conditions we have, tell me if BTC is undervalued, if it is fair valued, or if it is overvalued. Mr. Mangat, my question is to you, my dear. And even if you don't answer, I mean, even if you are not able to follow, or you can always ask me to repeat it, or maybe even if you are not able to answer, you can always say, for for whatever reason, if you're not able to answer it also. I'm waiting for 2 to 3 minutes, 2 to 3 seconds, and then I'll proceed if in. Okay, okay. I get it, my dear. I get it. It's totally understandable. Don't worry. We are getting it there. I'm taking you from the basics of it. Don't even panic. Don't even worry. I'll make it as simple as possible. No. Um, I'm not asking you to grab everything in the first session itself and become a professional. So it's totally okay. I understand that. And I totally get you. And there is nothing right, wrong in this. And it's totally okay. Yes, this particular, calculations, why do we do it? I'm just trying to tell you this is because sometimes whenever the market is going on moving, as traders, basically, you're being taught to just look at some indicators, see the overbought conditions and see the oversold conditions, and then enter into the market. And sometimes the prices are already at its high, and what people fail to realize is that that they don't realize that they're already buying it at a very expensive price. So, for example, I have in my friend circle people who actually bought some cryptos based on the hype. Basically, somebody told them to buy it at, oh, buy, this is going to boom, or this is going to, do well. So some people bought it at hype, which actually took them for, which logged their money for a very longer period of time. In fact, some of them were not even able to recover because they bought it at a very highest price possible, because it was already in the media, it was already hyped up. Now somebody being told that and they bought it, which means their money got logged or lost forever. So I don't want you guys to do the same mistake. That's why I'm taking you through this. Why we should be doing these calculations is to be able to understand if the current market price of the current rate, if the current price that we are seeing, is that good enough for us to buy, or is it already at its high? So what is that we should do is what I'm trying to. Okay, okay, I understand. I understand. A lot of you I know are all meme coin traders for some reason. I'm sure you guys have your own logics behind it, why you must be doing it. Why do you trade in meme coins? Like, why are you guys so crazy? Whenever I'm coming across people, I'm coming across any traders, you guys always talk about meme coins. Because why? My trades basically are more from the fundamentals, strong fundamentals behind it, and strong fundamental, behind that. But meme coins, I don't know, what's the logic you guys are like. Are you just speculating? Are you just gambling? Because I feel, for me personally, no harsh comments or no hard, feelings for anyone. But I feel like when you're trading in meme coins, you're just trading out of speculation or out of, just gambling kind of a thing, because there's no strong fundamental behind it. Is there a project behind it? Is there any logic behind it? The answer is no. And if that hype is over, if that meme coin dies for whatever reason, it pumps and then it dumps, then you have no reason for it to, kind of hold it back, or you can't rely on that. So that's why I am always very not speculative, I would say. I'm very spectator. I'm very apprehensive about all of that. So okay, you're a scalper, I don't need to check the tool. Then what is beneficial for me? I don't need to check the tool. Okay. I get it. So, I understand, Mr. Mangal, what you're trying to say. Scalping is, is a totally different base. Of course, we all understand there are different types of traders in the market. There are scalpers, there are, swing traders, there are day traders, there are long-term investors or hodlers. Everybody is, different. So now I understand what you're trying to ask, but trust me, even for scalping, for that matter, this particular formula, what I'm asking you to do is very important. Reason being, if you are even scalping, first and foremost thing which you need to understand and need to know is to understand whether you have any opportunity in this particular crypto or not. Because if you're already buying it at a higher price, then what is the point? Are you even going to get any profit, whether in short term or long term? Is something that we need to understand. So that's where we are coming from. So just a sec. Okay. This is tool is for spot of future. So we do have, Mr. Mangat, we do have both the options. We have spot and future. Uh, so this, of course, on the spot trading of, basically on the spot trading, sorry, on the Zbit app, we have both spot and futures available. Now it depends on you what you are expert with or you are basically good with is what we will, you will be proceeding with it. So being a scalper means you can be scalper in both the types of trading. Now it depends on your level of expertise and your level of knowledge in the market. As a beginner trader, you have to be like very very careful in terms of what you have to do. But while spot trading, you're using your own money to buy and sell cryptos directly. Okay, in futures trading, you're not buying and selling cryptos, but you're buying smart contracts, which means like you are actually placing orders where your real crypto is not getting into your wallet. It's basically you're buying a contract where you are speculating whether or not the price of it is actually going to go up or down. So this tool will help you buy both spot or future. There's no issue on that. And even you as a scalper that you're talking about, you can do either of it. And so basically, we want you to first understand the first step. The first step is to understand. The first step is to understand whether you should buy at the current levels you're buying. Now you're getting confused. Don't get confused between what tool, what not tool, and all that comes secondary. Okay, this tool is very much for both spot and future. But to begin your journey, the first and foremost thing is like whichever crypto you're beginning with, you should know at what price are you buying. So if you are getting into the market without having the knowledge if it is fair valued, undervalued, or overvalued, how will you even determine that are you buying it at a costly price or are you buying it at a cheap price? If you buy it at cheaper price only is when you can book your profits, right? You can buy low, sell high. But if it has already reached its high, like for example, Bitcoin was at its high, like recent past, if Bitcoin was at its all-time high of 124K. Ethereum was at its all-time high of 4,973 something. So somebody telling you, somebody pushing you into, okay, go buy because they're all hyping, they're all doing well, this, that, and you end up buying that, for example. Now you are actually trapped into the all-time high already, which means you've already bought it at a very higher price, 124K, or you have already bought it at 4,900, because these are the highest prices for Ethereum or Bitcoin, for example. I'm telling you, this is real numbers, but then they have happened recently. So in order to not fall into that category where you're buying at the highest price is why we are calculating this. While after calculating this, you can determine your next steps of whether or not you can actually do scalping or you do not need to do scalping or things like that. That's completely different and that's completely up to you. But first determining whether or not you need, to buy or not is what we are actually first seeing that. Okay. That's one thing. Yes. Now let's move on. I'm calculating this for Ethereum. welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Okay, now let's move on. Ethereum is what I was calculating. So let's see. I will be calculating for all of them. Then we'll move on to the next step. What we need to do in terms of starting a technical analysis. All right. So my market capitalization for Ethereum stands at 505, 123, 643. Oh my God, it's changing every now and then. 302. Okay, let me take this. 0.93 divided by the volume is 34, 429, 396, 169.8. So it's at 14.671. All right, 14.671. All right, 14.671. 67. Let me take just this one and waiting. Let's go to the third one, which is, then we'll come back to each one of them. Third one is BNB. I have BNB here. So my BNB market capitalization is standing at 141, 674, 790, 948.73 divided by my market, sorry, my volume is 392.905. So it's 35.91. All right, 35.91. BNB is 35.91. So let's see. The next one is Solana. Let me go to my Solana's page. I'm closing all these pages, guys. BNB is done. Let's see the Solana's price. So I have my market capitalization is standing at 115, 264, 590, 08. Divided by market cap. Sorry, the volume is 8798. Sorry, divided by 87,981,714,922.09. So Solana is standing at 13.10 NVT, all right? The last metric is for XRP. Let's see for XRP, then we will be able to proceed. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I will be, because I totally get it. And also, guys, basically, different people have different questions at different point in time. While I was actually taking you through something else, which might be, of use or might not be of use to you, depending on what kind of a trader you are. So, to answer to whatever the other, questions that you have, I will come back to you, and we'll see what best strategies or things that we can find out for you as well. So let's see, like, let me finish this and then we'll get back to the questions which the people are asking. We'll come to that. Let me just finish this, because the very next thing that we want to talk about is the market capitalization, and the just a second, 171. We'll just finish this and then we'll talk about what the audiences are interested in talking and things like that. Okay. 0.66. Okay. Divided by volume is 5157 951 458.65. Okay, so this is 33.34. 33.0. Sorry, what was the number? 33.34. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so based on the network value to transaction that we have defined or we have found out, we can see that basically it's basically this is what the result is. So the result is BTC is at 46.75. So every minute the prices or the amounts are changing, guys. So please do your mathematical calculation based on the current prices. The formula is market capitalization divided by daily transaction volume for the 24 hours. And I showed you how to pick up the numbers, from where to pick up the numbers. So all that information is with you right now. Okay. So Ethereum at 14.67 NVT. So it's in the undervalued position, you can see clearly. So this is where our opportunity lies. In fact, 46.75 is fair valued. So basically it is, uh, as retail traders, if you ask me, if something is fair valued or overvalued, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be able to purchase such kind of cryptos, because I want them to be undervalued. And at that point in time, I will take the opportunity to enter into the market, because when you enter into any crypto which is undervalued, you imagine when it is actually booming, when it is rallying, you have good amount of margin and you have good amount of opportunity to buy from there, and I mean to sell from there, like, because when it is undervalued, like for example in case of Ethereum is undervalued right now. So you can see that it is ranging between 0 to 20, so it is undervalued. So at this moment you can clearly see that there's so much of opportunity. So Ethereum is trading at $4,177, which is in its previous support zone that we are talking about. You remember Ethereum's recent demand and support zone has been something between $4,000 to 4,300. So whenever Ethereum is between this range, which is 4,000 to 4,300, that is where our opportunity lies. So it is the right time to buy, because Ethereum made its all-time high of 4,973.75 something recently. So from 4,177, which it is trading right now, until it reaches again the topmost resistance level of 4,973 of the all-time high that it has created, you have great amount of opportunity. Like even if you buy one Ethereum, for example, hypothetically, which I know it's very expensive price, and it is um, very costly, but just see, in one Ethereum you have almost on the lowest side, if I can say, is $798 profit is what you have on one Ethereum, only on one Ethereum. Even if you're buying zero 0.5, you're buying more lesser than that or whatever, you still have a lot of opportunity there. So one Ethereum can, if for example you're buying at this level and then again it hits the high, all-time high, it retests that zone, you have the opportunity of making around say $800, 800 or 700 to $800 is nowhere going. If even if it doesn't, it touches 4,973, which is its high, agar 4,700 800 we reach karta hai, to you imagine how much potential it has. So that is what we are talking about. Now moving on to the other cryptos, where let's see, BNB is at 35.91. So you can see it's ranging in the fair value zone. So ranging in the fair value zone, which means as compared to its utility, as compared to the adoption, as compared to what it has to offer, it's trading at a fair value. It is basically on par. That is what it means. So do we have the right opportunity? User 73636525, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining in. Hi for joining. Thanks for joining the stream. You would like to share your name and would like to share any comments or your level of expertise in trading, and what trade do you do? Do you spot trade, future trade, or what exactly do you do? You want to share any of it? You're welcome to do so, because we want to know your name and how far the journey is taking you, what all is happening. You have to let us know, guys. So um all right, okay, anybody joining the stream, please make sure that you tell your name and your level of expertise in the spot or the futures trading, so that we understand whatever your questions are, and then to answer you from that perspective, and also to basically cater to the requirements that you have. Like maybe whenever you share the feedbacks, we'll try to cater to those requirements that you have, so that you get the good amount of support and a good amount of exposure towards whatever you are looking for. Guys, while some of the topics maybe if in current scenario might not be relevant to the things that you're talking about, we'll at least try to note down those points of yours, and then maybe we will try to create a new content altogether or new topic altogether when we come live next time, because we are coming live 24/7. We are always live 7 days of a week, and I'm live between 5 days a week, like 4 to 8 hours, 4 hours every day, between 4 to 8 p.m. Dubai time. So if in case probably there are some topics which might not be relevant to the current topic today, probably we might cover it at a later stage. So don't worry on that front. And if in case there are things which can be immediately answered or things like that, then I will be trying to answer to those questions as well. So that is what it is. Okay, now let's move on to Solana. Solana is at 13.01 NVT, which means it is also undervalued, guys. So Solana does have an opportunity. So for me, if you ask me personally, I don't foresee any opportunity with BTC, because BTC for me looks little expensive at the moment. It is fair valued. I wouldn't buy something which is fair valued. I would like to buy something which is undervalued. Ethereum does have opportunity because it is undervalued. So I am going to find some opportunities in Ethereum. BNB, it stands at fair value again. So it's basically, okay, let me write down this beside it also. Why or why I wouldn't trade. Fair value, it can also be traded, guys. I'm not saying it cannot be. But for me personally, if I want to dig deeply into getting a lot of opportunities where my profit margins or the targets can be bigger, then I want to trade into something which is undervalued, because that will give me great potential in terms of my booking my profits, targets, and things like that, because I have huge margins there, so I can. Then BNB, it's standing at fair value. Okay. Then we have Solana, which is undervalued. So Solana does have some opportunity here if you would like. Solana and Ethereum is our XRP. It's at 33.34, so it's also fair value. Okay. So the more higher the NVT is, the market value is big as compared to its actual usage. This is what it means. So if you see if it is overvalued or if it is fair valued, it means that if the current NVT that you see, if it is higher, then it means that market value is bigger than the actual usage. Okay, get this point very clear in your mind. Based on whatever utility or usage it has, it means the current price what it is trading at, it is very, very bigger than bigger than what actually it is worth for. Okay, that is what it means. So low NVT, it means lots of real activity compared to market capitalization. It does have a lot of potential usage, utility, institutional interest, and things like that, but the problem is it is basically compared to the market capitalization or the market value, it's not worth what it actually should be. So in that scenario, coin is healthier, it is undervalued, and it is fairly priced. So even at fair price, I tend to not take price. I tend not to take any trades. That's totally my decision, but it can differ for you guys. So it all depends on you. So the reason why we use this NVT is to spot bubbles or to identify undervalued cryptos. And if NVT basically is spiking, it might mean that people are actually holding coins for speculation purpose. So and instead of actually using them or things like that. So, and if NVT ratio is basically dropping, it means that the real usage is compared to the price. So that is what it means. And yes, it does have its own pros and cons, limitations, or advantages, disadvantages, as we say. So NVT ratio or the NVT works best for big blockchains like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and not really that great metric for maybe small altcoins or things like that. So because they might have fake or low volume transactions, or they might be like meme coins, like maybe coins which do not have any strong fundamentals, honestly speaking, would not be part of NVT, because that will not give you any accurate picture. Like for example, uh, like why PE ratio cannot work for the cryptos is because what we talk about is that some of them do not have any strong fundamentals behind it. That's the reason PE ratio cannot be applicable towards the cryptocurrency. But yes, NVT can be applicable because it does take some kind of metrics which basically will define what the actual value or the worth of that crypto looks like. But Coming to meme coins, NFTs, or for that matter, maybe some tiny little coins out there, then again, if they do not have any strong fundamentals behind it, they might not be applicable. The annuity might not be applicable for that matter. So that is what it is, and you should never ever use this particular annuity alone. You should always combine it with indicators like volume and technical charts, so that you can understand if really at this current period, whatever it is trading at, then basically are you trading at the levels that are actually pointing out rightly towards the right picture of it. So I think this is where you begin your first and foremost step in order to start your crypto journey. Once you are sure which crypto you are getting into, the next step or the next thing, whichever you want to begin as a scalper, high swing trader, or day trader, or you want to be a hodler, that is totally up to you. Scalpers, somebody, Mr. Mangat, just now was asking this question whether we have this option. Yes, we do have this option. In the sense, it's not an option actually. It's the type of trading that you're getting into. Like you are a scalper by choice. You want to basically, find opportunities within minutes or seconds, or within couple of minutes. That is what your style of trading is. And having said that, that doesn't stop you from not using this particular formula, because at the end of the day, it all begins from here. Whether you want to do scalping or you want to do something else is completely a different scenario. But you start from here, understand, like, do I need to pick up this crypto or not? Is it worth for me to pick up, or is it already very hyped up, or it is already at its costliest price, that I shouldn't be buying at this level and wait for it to kind of consolidate or get into a minor pullback and then buy it? These are some questions that you need to answer to yourself, and then get into the crypto. While every day you do watch markets, but that doesn't mean every day is an opportunity and you get into the market just like it, without having to understand whether it has reached already its high price or not. See, um, why I tell you why you should be doing this kind of a thing is because as a retail trader, because of very minimalistic kind of volume, or the kind of positions that you're taking are like very very tiny positions that you're taking in respect to the large institutional interest or large institutional intervention out there, because they are the people who are the whales in the market and are driving the markets crazily. So even if the price is at its all-time high, like for example, for Ethereum, if I quote like 4,973, whatever the highest price it has reached, if at that level the price, if it can be influenced, it can only be influenced if any whale enters to the market at that price level. You entering into the market at that level will only lock your money, or your money will only be lost in that scenario. You will never be able to make any profits, because if it is not breaking past that resistance, highest resistance level it has created, you're never going to reach that level. So as a retail investor, you do not have any opportunity there. But yes, whales enter into it. They have the ability and capacity to drive the markets crazily. They are the ones who are the market makers, and they are the market movers, actually, not makers. I would say makers is the wrong word, but they are the market movers. They, with their market orders and with the kind of volumes they trade, they can definitely influence the price. So you as a retail trader, imagine you're just taking not even $100 trade with a leverage of say 2x 5x, whatever you are able to take, whether you're doing futures or you're doing spot, whatever you are, your trade is confined only to that much level, whereas those big whales, they are actually buying in like big large volumes out there. You cannot even compete to that level. So that's why we always say that you can't buy at that level. So let me just log into this, and I will be coming back to the question that was asked. Mm. All right, let's move. So my, just now a person, one of the viewers have asked this question. So yes, Zbit does cater to, you know, spot and futures trading. So you need not worry, you are covered in both the ways. Whatever is your, suitability, whether you are a, spot trader or you are futures trader, totally you can, you have both the options available for you. So don't worry on that front. So you can see on the Zbit platform, this is my desktop version of it. So the first thing is about Zbit. So all the history and everything that you need to know about Zbit is here. In the market, you have, different types of cryptos that are available, both spot and futures. So when you get into spot, you find the screen where you have you have the chart on the left, you have the order book on the right, and then you know how to place the orders. This is how the spot screen looks like. And then you have futures here. Futures also, you have all the pairs. So 101 pairs is what we have in the futures trading. And basically we have around I think we have around what 32 pairs in the spot trading. So that's okay. I think we have ample opportunity. So whichever is your crypto. So some of you are meme coin lovers, you will continue to trade in meme coins, and that's totally okay and totally up to you. And here we have different types of options available for futures. So yes, and now moving back to the, I think, what was I talking about? I was talking about this network value to transaction, right? So this is where how you start your journey first. That is where it is, and this is what the tool is offering you. The tool has spot and futures both available. So depending on what your risk appetite is, how you are, taking the trades, and based on whatever the market conditions are right now, you can basically predict and you can basically start trading into cryptos. Now let's move on. Okay, so now this is something which I will, try to move, and then we can maybe make other notes here so that it can help you out. Now, one very important thing, when I started the session, I told you guys that I'm going to take you through some very important topics which are very essential for all of us to know in order to understand that basically you might be able to trade like in a normal scenario where it is buying low, sell high. But what is very important is when we basically want to understand that though prices might consolidate every now and then, price does have, at one point in time, price will basically completely change the direction altogether. So in that scenario, why we would like to know how to spot the reversals or how to spot trends is what we want to um, is very important question. Okay, so there are different things that you can use and different tools that you can use in order to determine whether or not the price is basically reversing, or because the price is going to uh, continue the trend, or it is not. So there might be smaller pullbacks as well happening, but sometimes the market is just moving completely into a different direction altogether. So for that, what we should do and how we should be able to determine such key areas is what we have to uh, identify. Now, the first and foremost thing is, did I add any? No, I didn't add any. I'm going to close this, guys. I'll add my indicators. So first and foremost thing is because some traders basically some of them are basically trading on the chart patterns basis. Some of them are trading logically, some of them are trading based on indicators. Everybody has their own style and different ways of doing things, and there's no right or wrong in this particular industry, because this industry is such huge, and there's ample information and ample like it's an ocean of things that I can tell you. So in that scenario, like what should best work for you is something that we have to identify. Now, the first and foremost thing, I will be writing down the notes again so that you can also make notes while we are talking about it. How to spot reversals or how to spot trend reversal. Okay. I'll make the bullet points here, and then maybe we'll go one by one for it, okay? We'll understand each one of them slowly and deeply, all right? Support and resistance. Second thing is moving averages. Third is you can also include RSI. Fourth is you can also include MACD. Fifth is you can also include pivot points. Then another thing is, I think one of the thing is trend lines also you can use, or you can also use volume indicator. So these are various ways or the tools through which you can spot the trend reversals. So overall, what happens here is one thing which is very important is that the reversals you can find out both for short and long term, but most of the cases the longer time frames are used in order to check the overall trend reversals, like the overall trend, how it looks like and what it's likely to happen like in the coming future, or like as we go about how it is going to impact. So that is from the long term perspective, like people who would like to hodl or would like to invest for a longer period of time, they are the ones who basically should be finding out on the longer time frames. Whereas people who are scalping or people who are day trading, swing trading, then for you guys it might be just about small time frames, and that's where it'll end there. Now, first and foremost thing is uh, the support and resistance. Now, first and foremost thing is support and resistance. So I was showing you guys of how to use regression channel as an indicator to be able to get your support and resistance. You don't have to draw manually anything. That indicator is good enough to start, to draw your realistic support and resistance. If you remember, I spotted your upper band as the resistance level and the lower band as your support. So that is good enough for you to basically draw a automatic trend line, or sorry, not trend line, automatic spot support and resistance. But in case you would like to manually draw it yourself also, you can do so. There is nothing wrong in it. Now let's see, how do you draw your spot or support or resistance level. Let's see, I have to, shall I remove this? I'll delete this, I think. All right, I'm putting it here on the corner. This is a 1 hour chart. Usually on a longer time frame, it's better to spot resistance and support and resistance. Then maybe on a shorter time frame also will come back. So this is how it looks like. So let's just only take September data. Okay, I'm not very keen on the previous data, so I'll just take September data here. So this is my 4-hour chart. Is this my first September candle? August. Let me see where my first September candle is starting. Okay, this is where my support, my September candle is starting. I think it's here. Yeah, it's here. Okay. Now looking at this, where do you think is my support and resistance? Only just for September. Let me pick up a horizontal line here. The easiest way to spot support and resistance is to check which level is again and again hitting the line, which line, sorry, the down side of it, which level is it hitting again and again. This can be one, this can be support. Now let me draw my another line, and this is my almost, I can take it a little low also, but still this is okay, because you see, if for example, for a zone, remember support and resistance is not just points, they are zones, basically zones where, which we need to identify where the majority of the demand and supply is lying, where majority of buying is happening, where majority of the supply, where majority of the selling is happening. So in that scenario, you see here that this point, the price is touching this zone so many times. Now 4,276. I'm just taking September data only. I haven't taken like 60 days data or anything. I can take it if I want to further analyze. Maybe let's see. Like let me first finish, like for whatever number of days September has passed by with. Then maybe we can come to 60 days data to find out. So in this scenario, where in the month of September, uh, you see this price, which is 4,276. I don't know how many ever times has it been tested. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, I don't know how many times, more than 6 to 8 times it's been tested. Imagine 6 to 8, in fact, more than that, I believe. Like you can see it here multiple times. I don't, I if I start calculating some of the individual candles also, it is of course more than 8 to 10 times also. So how do we spot, how do we draw or spot a support and resistance is the number of times the price is revisiting that zone again and again is called a support zone, which is also the demand zone that you can say. And the number of times it is basically touching your resistance zones, or also called as the supply zone, where basically it is touching the upper band again and again, and then from there again selling is happening, and then again it is coming down. So that zone is called your support and resistance zone. So you can see on the on the resistance side, 4491 is one zone which basically is getting tested again and again. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I don't know. 20, 21. Like if I'm calculating each candle, it's like 20, 21 times. I think the same goes with even support for that matter. I didn't count every candle there. I just took मोटा मोटी कितना, उसमें मैंने आपको बोला कि 7-8 बार, पर अगर मैं एक एक कैंडल को उठा के देखूँ ना, तो it's more than like 15 to 20 times for sure. So these are your major points to be considered while you're trading. So this is where your opportunity lies. So whether you are a swing trader, day trader, or you are a hodler or whatever, these are your opportunities to enter into the market and exit the market. So the more you see the market is entering into the stage, and then a lot of selling is happening, or the market is entering into the stage and there's a lot of buying that's happening, then this is where your buy and sell positions should be. if it breaks past these levels and creates an all-time high, or a new heights altogether, then we'll have to watch it out for some time. If the new breakout that has happened does have the potential to sustain, which means a new buy or sell position, can it be like a new support or resistance, can it be created from there, or a new demand or supply zone, can it be created from there, is what we need to see. But in this scenario, since we are watching from the September 1st, like if we just look from the September 1st data until 24th of September data, we can clearly see it did break past that region. Can you see that it reached above 4,400, and it reached after that what level, 4,766. Okay, and then from there it couldn't manage to create a new high or new demand or supply zone, because at this point in time, I think the buyers started feeling that this is already an overvalued price. So so buyers started taking profits from this, and then the price again went back to the previous resistance zone, and then it was not able to sustain in that zone also. It tried to retrace for a shorter period of time in the coming few days, and again it went back to the resistance zone, and the previous resistance now became the the previous resistance now became the support for this region. But then at this stage also it couldn't retain, because the buyers were not strong enough. Buyers were not able to take the prices to its high again, so they basically gave up, and the sellers became dominant, and then the price basically broke through the overall previous support and resistance, and then it just went below that. So it tested the zone, and then it just basically went back. All of this area got tested, which means this whole demand and supply area basically got tested here. Then it went past this area. This area didn't get tested still, because it couldn't retain or sustain at this level. The buyers were not so strong enough that it could again retest. I don't know, probably in the coming few days again when the rally happens, maybe it might again test this zone. हो सकता है कि यहाँ पे वो आ जाए, where it is right now. Where is my brush? Yeah, so it might test this zone, which is again very much possible. But until it does, from here to here, we cannot clearly say what is coming in the pipeline. But at this point in time, the buying has to become very strong, then only it will be able to test it. So the new testing zone for us, all of us, on a longer time perspective, if I see, will be again the 4,776 which it created, if it breaks past that level and if it moves into the upward direction. But coming to the downward direction, what is possible lying for all of us? The possibility is, because it has already surpassed this level, so you can see here this zone was tested, so it might be testing now these zones until this. Okay, let me just move this a bit more up. So the next zone which might be getting tested is this zone. It is my brush. Yeah. So this is the zone till until here. Okay. So my next, it's obviously it's a very big move. I can like if I plot this on my chart, sorry, on my scale, it's almost like 23.66% move, which is a very, very significant move. So for that market to move up is obviously it's going to take some time. You can see here also, market just didn't move just like it within one day or something. It definitely took a lot of time from 3rd August until almost 10th August or something. So it took at least a week's time for it to rally till that level. So it might as well take the similar time of time here, which means at present we are in September, and we are on the 24th of September. So maybe it might, if we say like hypothetically imagining that maybe 7 days more it's going to take, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. by 1st October, probably by 1st October, hypothetically, which may or may not happen. It all depends on the demand and supply, right? If the buyers are becoming too strong, then you might not see the downtrend continuing at all. You might see the price shooting up and then testing the upper zones, which we talked about, this zone which I created here. So this is the zone it will be testing if in case the buyers are strong. But in case the buyers don't become strong for some reason, if the buyers don't become strong for that reason, then even this zone, which is the topmost zone, these zones will be getting tested. These zones can be getting tested, or these are the zones that it will be getting tested in case the buying pressure is not so strong and the selling becomes very, very, very dominant here. So until here is where we can expect, and then this zone might be getting broken or might be getting tested. So these kind of trends or these kind of things that we're talking about, the imaginary support and resistances that we are talking about, or the things that we are talking, we cannot totally depend on support and resistance for that matter. We also have to cross check it with few more other things. And now what are the few more other things? I will come back and tell you in a short while, because I need a small 5 minutes to 10 minutes of break. I think I've been talking too much past 1 to 2 hours. I will come back and tell you. There are 2 to 3 more things which you need to cross verify it. I think volume is one thing which I already told you. So there are, I wrote down this thing for you, right, guys? So it's moving averages. You also need to confirm, cross check or cross verify with RSI, cross verify with MACD for that matter, cross verify with pivot points, cross verify with trend lines, cross verify with volume, so that you are sure that yes, the reversal is coming and the reversal is likely to happen, and the trend overall on a longer term perspective is going to change. And it's like if it was a downtrend, then there is likelihood of uptrend that is coming, and if it was an uptrend, then there is likelihood of downtrend coming. So that is what we are going to analyze. Let's do this once I come back from 5 to 10 minutes of small break, and then we'll continue talking about it. Meanwhile, you can make a note of all of this and we will discuss further on this, and what are the key other important things that we need to look at when we are actually identifying the trends. Then yes, meanwhile, while I'm actually talking to you and I find some kind of buy or sell position, that also I will continue to share with you guys. And there are other topics also. Maybe we can discuss about risk reward ratios, take profits, stop losses, and different types of orders and things like that on spot and futures trading. And then a lot more things. It's a huge industry with so much to learn and so much to grab. So we'll continue talking about all the other topics that we're supposed to talk. So till then, stay tuned until I come back from a small 5 to 10 minutes break, and then we will talk about all of this. Okay, don't go anywhere and I'll be back. So guys, as you can see, before going on a break, I was telling you guys one very important topic, and I have covered these topics in my previous sessions too. And it's very important that you understand that there are things that can be confirmed with which can be confirmed with various indicators, and how you can spot them is very important. So here we have, as I first and foremost thing which we need to know and understand is the support and the resistance levels. So in this scenario, as you can see, like I told you, the how to basically first create a support and resistance. Let me just point this out here. Put a text here. Put a text here. Support. And here it is resistance. Okay. So the next thing that we will move on to is always identifying it with just a sec. So you see here, when we were talking about, so it broke through this area of this support and resistance, and it's moved past the support level here. So likely the downtrend will continue, and this is where the price is supposed to be going down. So in the coming few days we might see Ethereum not, if in case, like it's a subject, it's a condition, just remember this, that if the buying pressure is not continuing to build up at this level, again the same support and resistance that it was like at this level, right, people are not willing to buy at this level, then we might see it kind of going down completely, and making this new like testing this new zone altogether. Now that is one thing. Now second thing is moving averages. Now I don't have any indicators onto it. Let me add my indicators here. So for second thing is moving averages. Okay, I'm adding this moving averages simple here. Moving average simple. I'll be taking two different moving average here. Okay, I'm adding these two. So one is my 21 period data, and I will be changing its outlook. Wait, I'll be changing its outlook. Okay. Now then I have a bigger thing, which is basically the 200 period. So both I'm taking it on the 4 hour chart only, and I'll change the color to it yellow. Okay. So let me show you. Now you can see here, this is a 4 hour chart. This is a long time frame that we are seeing. So the overall, the condition that it has to meet is basically understanding that the short MA, it like 50. Okay, let me not, I will not take 21. I'll take 50. Okay. 21 will be too, I think 50, 21 will be for the, will be for swing traders, date scalpers and all that. Okay. So there are two things. First thing, understand moving average basically requires when a short MA, which is like the 50 period MA, is basically crossing above a long-term MA like 200 period MA, then there is a sign of bullish reversal. Golden cross is what it is called. So can you spot that for me? Can you spot that out? short-term MA crossing above so you can see here it can be spotted here. Is there any other scenario? Let's see. This 50 period, this blue line is my short-term moving average, which is for a 50 period thing, and 200 SMA is basically 200 period. So the rule for golden cross is if we want to see if there is any bullish reversal that's likely to happen, then the blue line, which you can see the short-term MA, should cross above the long-term MA, like 200 MA. And in this case, you can see clearly this particular point. Let me point it out with my brush. This point is a golden cross. So golden cross. It's a golden cross. And you can see from there the price has gone for a bullish reversal and it has crossed and it has crazily gone up over there in that scenario. Okay, there's a golden cross here. And then the second scenario is where basically the price is the short-term MA, which is this blue line, is crossing below. It's crossing below, okay, the long-term MA. So that is a bearish reversal or a death cross. This can be a death cross. Let me point it out with my brush first. This one. This is my death cross. So based on this, we find out, and you see that then price went further down after that. Let me put a text here for your understanding. This is also called as the death cross. Okay. Like that, you'll find a lot of scenarios like this. You might find it. See here also you might find it where the yellow line is above the golden line, which means the MA is crossing below. MA is below. So it's a bearish, this is a death cross, which is basically a bearish reversal. So there is a slight reversal here. Okay. After that, again, the blue line has gone up and the yellow line has come down, which means the short MA has basically crossed above the 200 MA. So the bullish reversal has happened and the price again went up, you can see. So this is what it is. So you can spot this in n number of areas, death crosses and golden crosses. You might find it in more scenarios. See here, the MA is above the the yellow line, which is a 200 MA. So basically it is a bullish reversal. So again, here is a golden cross. Let me just point this out here. This is a golden cross. Blue line is above the yellow line. So remember this rule of thumb, blue line always crossing above the yellow line, like which is the 200 MA, is always an indication of a price always golden cross. It is always an indication of that the price is going to see. After this, you saw that the price basically went up and went up like crazy until this place where it kind of took a halt, where the death cross has happened. So see this journey. It's a beautiful journey. It's a 4-hour chart, and you saw that the golden cross turned into death cross. Then the next movement came was a golden cross. So you'll always see death cross, golden cross, death cross, golden cross always. And after this, there will be a If the golden cross has come, now the next one will be the death cross. Here is your death cross again. Can you see here? Death cross is here. Let me point it out. This is where my death cross is. So once you're able to point out either of it on a chart, either a death cross or a, or one of the conditions also you are able to spot, then you will be able to spot the next movements very easily. You'll know that this is where my death cross came. Now the next expectation is it's going to be a golden cross. Then if it is a golden cross, then you know that it is going to be a death cross. So that is always going to be there. So you saw how many death crosses and how many golden crosses have we pointed out. See, from here I think this is where we started. Golden cross first, where the short term MA, which is the blue line, has surpassed the yellow line, which is a 200 MA, and it crossed above it. So there was a golden cross. Then moving past this line, then we came to this zone. You saw the blue line has crossed from above and it has crossed it down. So it is clearly indicating it's a it's a bearish reversal. So here is a, death cross. Then again, there's a golden cross where basically the 50 MA has crossed above the 200 MA above it. So it is a bullish reversal. From here, the price went up again. Then after the golden cross, again, there's a death cross. Now here again, you see the price went, the 50 MA was up. Now here the 50 MA was down here, and now the 50 MA is up. So again, here it is a golden cross. And then and the golden cross is a bullish reversal. So price went up a little, but then again in this zone we saw that the price went down, which means that the short MA has basically crossed it below the long-term MA. So here again bearish reversal has happened. So just a sec, let me draw this all here. This is golden cross. Then the next move is death cross. So it's simple logic. Once it will be golden cross, another time it will be death cross, golden cross, death cross, golden dot, like that only. Okay. The next one is death cross here. Okay. If you are not able to memorize both of them, the easiest way to memorize is to just know that the easiest way to remember this is like the short term MA, like the 50 period MA should cross above the long term MA. That's where basically your golden cross is, like here, like once you spot one position, like for example you spotted it here, and then see the next will be automatically the opposite of it. You spotted one golden cross here, then you got one, you got another, the next one you got it as death cross, then you spotted death, then you spotted gold, death, death, like that. Now golden, now the next one is death, then the next one is golden, then the next one is death, like that. Okay. Is this clear enough for all you guys? I hope it is. So the rule is basically very simple. The rule is first draw that 50 period MA and 200 MA with two different lines, like 200, two different colors, so that you are clear which one is what. To see, like, 50 period is basically blue line and 200 MA is basically yellow line. So the short term 50 period has to always cross from above. Okay, process above a long term, process above, which means the 50 MA has to be above the 200 MA. It's always a bullish reversal. It's a bullish reversal, also known as the golden cross. memorize this, guys, so that it is easy for you when you're trading. Whenever you see both of them coinciding, one of them going up, you should be easily able to understand what is happening there. So the short term MA, which is a 50 period MA, is crossing above. In this scenario, you can see here, the 50 period is crossing above the 200 MA. So this is a golden cross. But whereas when it is crossing below, yani short term MA is coming down and 200 MA is above it, it means it's a bearish reversal, it's a death cross. So one of them is able, you are able to understand, then you can basically spot any of them, and that will be it will be very easy for you to identify. So make this as a habit. It's it's good on bigger time frames to spot this and to be able to find out, because overall the trend, what you want to know, what you are looking for, will be easily identified. While RSI will keep on giving you the overbought and oversold conditions on both shorter and long term perspective, and even through that you can actually identify if there's a reversal or anything that is happening. But these moving averages is also a very simpler way, and you can easily spot the death and the golden crosses everywhere. So the rule is simple. One of them also you spot at any point. From there, moving forward, you will see the opposite of it. You were able to spot golden cross, then the next would be death cross, then the next would be golden cross. Like just the opposite of it will happen. It can't be like both of them. It will always be opposite. So we spotted a golden cross here, which means that 50 period MA was above the 200 period MA. So here was a golden cross. So this was a bullish reversal. See, the price went up after this. Then again, there came a time where the 50 period MA went below the 200 MA. So this pointed out a bearish reversal, which basically was a death cross. Then again, there you saw that the price dipped all over, and then it was like, it was dipping as compared to the previous levels. You can see the price has like clearly dipped. And then here came a point where basically again the 50 period MA went above the 200 MA. There was a golden cross that has happened here, which means the price went for a bullish reversal here again. After the death cross, after price going down, the trend reversed. From here, the price went completely up till here. You can see till here it went up. Then again from here, it went up. It became so strong here. Can you see? It became so strong here that after this golden cross, the next trend that has happened here is in this direction, where the 50 MA period again went down. It went below the 200 MA basically, and then there was a death cross that has happened. So which means that the reversal has happened and the downtrend has happened. So you saw the price slightly dipped from here. Okay, the price slightly dipped from here, from this zone, and then again it took a golden cross here. Then again it went up. So this was a very small, very lesser period of time, while the reversal usually happens for very longer time. Like in this scenario, you see this reversal was for such a long time. See this, from this zone, like you can see the intersection happened almost like on 7th of July, and the uptrend continued almost, I can say almost like till, though the signal came here actually. Okay, let's take till signal to signal only. So the reversal came at this level. Let's not go to its highest level. It went till 7th of September. So we are talking about from this golden cross, 7th July, until my next death cross, which was on 7th September. So continuously for a month, there was golden cross, which was a bullish reversal, and the price just went up. But just after that, you see the death cross like just changed into golden cross again, and that was a very short period of time, like between 7 to 16. You can see that um, it was a very shorter period of time, not even a week's time. Then the death cross changed into golden cross, and then the golden cross again changed into death cross here at this intersection, I can say, which is like 23rd September. So within one week, the death and this golden cross just changed, and it didn't go like forever, or it didn't go for a very long time. But prior to this, also you can see, before this golden cross and death cross, this region from here where this intersection has happened, this was 27th April, and between this went on till 27th, from 27th April to 19th June. Sorry, this is 27th April. This also was a very strong golden cross. So whenever you find a golden cross, remember guys, golden cross, whenever you find it, it's an opportunity where the market will for a good amount of time be in bullish zone. So make the use of it. In that scenario, market is going to go up, and you have to trade in that direction when the trend is in the upward direction. So because we always say like trend is a friend, so you also have to trade in the direction. So you see, whenever the golden death cross is for a very shorter period of time, if we observe just for about, if you're analyzing just for this year, for Ethereum, for June, sorry, from April, or from couple of months only, like last 6 months or something, you can clearly see the death cross is not remaining for very long time. You can see the time period between the death and the golden cross is very small. But when the golden cross starts, it starts and it goes for like very long period of time. It kind of holds and goes on like for 1 month or 1.5 months or things like that. See, the golden cross period between this zone to this zone is also almost like a almost like for a for 1 month's time, almost like that. This is where it came now. Yeah. And even between that, even between this next golden cross until the next death cross also, it was almost like for a month or so. You can see this clearly. Okay. So that's why I say that, spotting the trend lines, or sorry, spotting the trend is very important, because the moment we know now, for example, at this present scenario, right now we are into death cross. Okay, now right now we are into death cross, and if we go back to our previous data to see, if I see at this intersection, it's 7th September, and the next golden cross that has happened is on the 15th. So within a week it's changing. So assuming that my death cross following the historical data, because it is believed that the price, how does it respond, is basically it responds basis the historical prices only. So how the price has been performing in historical data, the same way it will perform. So the death cross, whatever in recent past, for whatever couple of months we have seen, has always been like for about a week, whereas the golden cross is always for like about a month or so. So assuming that right now we are in the death cross, and we started our death cross when, let's see, what is the date when the intersection happened. I'm just going by the intersection, guys. Okay, intersection just. So if it has happened on 23rd September, imagine. So let's just assume 24, 25th, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Let's assume 7 days, like for a week, because previous death crosses also have been were able to just sustain for about a week. So assuming that it will follow the historical data, if it's going to remain like for 7 days, for example, hypothetically, and I'm not telling this is going to happen or not, because markets are uncertain. Like if the buying pressure basically develops, it might be a golden cross, or if it is not, then it might continue to be a death cross only. So if in case the buying pressure basically does not build up at this point in time, and then it doesn't shoot up above, and the trend is not changing, then basically, I think by 1st of October, assuming that it's following all the parameters of previous history, the next likelihood, the next trend reversal is likelihood to be in on the 1st of October. Although I'm not confirming the dates or something, it might be around that time, like after 30th of September is when we maybe we can expect the um, next reversal happening, but subject to terms and condition. अगर हो सकता है कि बीच में sudden some news comes up or some new thing happens and some optimistic thing happens, you never know, the price might shoot up well like crazy, and it doesn't have to wait till 30th September or 1st October for that matter. हो सकता है अगर कल परसों में in 2 to 3 days itself, like some positive news comes up, or some Ethereum, some development, some institutional interest, some institutional adoption. You never know. अगर suddenly एक whale ने entry मार ली, for example, आजकल में हो सकता है कि प्राइस 1 अक्टूबर को गोल्डन क्रॉस पे पहुंचने से पहले ही गोल्डन क्रॉस पे पहुंच जाए, हो सकता है, these are all the permutation combinations and the probabilities that are associated with it, and these are all subject to terms and conditions. But yes, having looking at the overall previous data and the kind of the historical data and the historical way of how the price has been performing, the distance or the timing between the death cross and the golden cross, it does kind of state that yes, the death cross is remaining almost for for not more than a week, and the golden cross is at least staying for a month. So assuming maybe वही footsteps अगर वो follow करे तो वही continue होगा, नहीं follow करता है तो probably it might be a different scenario altogether. So we'll have to keep a tab on that, and we'll have to keep watching it. Let's see how far it will get true for us, how far it is going to be right for us, and whether or not what we are analyzing or what we are predicting, is it going to go true, or is it give us some false fake outs or things like that, or it is going to give us some wrong information or things like that. We'll continue to see that. Now moving on, the next thing is we've seen support and resistance. We've seen now the moving averages also. Now the next one, the very next important point is the RSI. RSI, I think I have in my n number of sessions ever since I have started, streaming, or maybe streaming past so many months altogether. You all know for a fact it's one of my favorite indicators and the very easiest kind of a it is the most easiest indicator and the most easiest to identify a lot of things. While it's an oscillator, basically it kind of measures the momentum of speed and measures the movement of the price on the indicator. So it will give you a very clear picture. Now I'm going to delete all my moving averages. I'm moving towards the next third topic, which is the RSI. RSI is a very beautiful indicator, very easy to spot and very easy to very easy to use too. I want to remove all of this, but it's a bit. How do I? Can I move all of? I can delete all of this. I don't want to delete the notes, but I want to delete all the other drawings so that it's understandable for you guys. It shouldn't come off like crazy notes. I think this is better, right? Let's see. I'm going to add my other indicator. I'm going to delete it, delete all the other things, and all right. And each one of these guys, whatever we are pointing out and whatever we are trying to talk about, we are talking about here where basically not independently with as such. none of these indicators, none of these tools that you're using are all ever going to give you right kind of information by itself. They will be always, they should always be authenticated with another other indicators as well. That's where your opportunity lies. So now let's move on to the RSI as the next topic. I'm going to add RSI as well as divergence to give you clarity. Okay, this is my RSI. RSI, and then I'll also add my divergence indicator. Okay, come on, now it's fine. Okay, now you can see this very clearly. Okay, so these are two different indicators having different meanings. While looking at it, you might feel like, okay, it's one and the same thing. Why is she putting two indicators? No, it is not one and the same thing. It is definitely there are two different things, and you will be able to understand this only when you see a divergence coming into picture. So now what is divergence is something that we all need to know and understand, that the way price is moving in the same sense, basically if the RSI is also moving, then there is nothing wrong in it. I'm going to remove the MA here, guys. That is very confusing to all you guys. I'm going to change the settings, remove this RSI based MA. Okay, because we are on a 4 hours chart, let me just take the data from September itself. Let's not go very deep. I will basically I will come back to the previous data, like prior to September also, if in case that requires some kind of attention or some kind of analysis. All right. At the moment, let's just look into September data only, because all the indicators we're trying to understand it from the 1 month, like 24 months, 24 days data only, like from the start of the September is what we're trying to understand, right? So September 1st, you can see like, no, this is September 1st. Okay. So since September 1st, you can see the way price is acting. Okay. The way price is acting, even RSI, if it is behaving in the same way, which means if the price is going down, RSI is also going down. If the price is going up, the RSI is also going up. Then there is no problem, which means if it is making higher highs and higher lows or whatever, if the RSI is also moving in the same direction, then we know that it has overbought and oversold conditions, and then we have a long buy position or we have a short position. Uh, like long buy position when basically it reaches below 30, and if it reaches overbought conditions, then we have a sell position or the short position. So that's okay. But in case you see the price is going up, but RSI is going down, and if the price is going down, but the RSI is going up, that's where our problem lies. And where do you identify this? You identify this basically on the divergence indicator, where basically uh, the way RSI behaves as in relation to the price, the RSI divergence does not behave in the same way. So while we are on this 4-hour chart, but everything almost looks identical, you might not be able to find out the divergence in this particular chart. But you will very well be able to find this maybe on more lower time frames. Let me just pull out a 45 minutes chart. Usually, the smaller time frames give you very clear indication about the divergences coming in. Like I will still pull out 1 month's data only from September 1st, where we will be able to locate some kind of divergences, which you will see that the reversal, when the divergence is seen on the divergence indicator, you will be able to see that yes, there is a reversal of the trend that is coming. Okay, now this is my September data. It starts from here. Let me see if I'm able to locate something for you guys to quote an example. All right, I will have to shorten this more. Okay, now this is my data. September, is it September 1st? It starts from here. So I can move it further up. Okay, it's here, September. Okay, it's somewhere here only. Okay. So it starts from here. Let's analyze it. Okay. So based on this, I can see the market is slightly basically till here it is just in the sideways direction. Even on the RSI, you can see is in the same thing. And coming to the divergence, you can see it's exactly almost behaving in the same direction itself. Not much of a difference in between these two scenarios. Then the price went slightly up. All right, the price went slightly up. So at this peak level, it was the most overbought condition that it was, and then went up. Again, went to the extreme upper level. Then it started coming down, and both on the RS as well as on the divergence, it's just behaving exactly the same. Not much of a difference, not much of a difference, not much of a difference, no. Here also not much, here also not much, not much, not much, not much. Not much, not much. It's almost the same. It's almost the same. Okay. Let me pull out. Maybe in the 45 minutes chart, we were not able to find out. Let me see if I have something in 30 minutes. Or maybe on more lower time frames also. Because divergence, to be able to find out, is a very tricky thing. And not everybody will be able to do this. And moreover, it is not very much visible on all time frames also. I have observed this, that divergence, when it comes, it basically is not very visible. And sometimes you have to like overanalyze things and see. Maybe because I'm watching such a big time frame, like I'm watching almost the data for 24 days in one time frame, and my time frame is very small, 30 minutes here. Probably I'm not able to point out the right kind of points here. Let me see if I can enhance the view and do it. If in case I don't find it, then I'll enhance the view. Maybe I'll try to make the candles and the RSI chart a bit more bigger, so that we can find out our divergence point here. It's exactly the same, almost exactly the same. This is where you can see. Okay, this is where you can see this point. I think this is very beautiful point. All right, this is a very nice point. Where see the price is making still a higher high. No, I think this also cannot be clearly be that position between. Not very visible. Yes, maybe I'll have to pull out the data for some, because sometimes when we are actually day trade, like we are doing some analysis for a day itself, we'll be able to spot this, maybe on a very bigger time frame, it's not able to give you that kind of picture. Let me see if I have something on my 24 hours data itself here. Okay, let me see. This is when my 24 hours start, right? Sorry, 24th September starts. Let's just see from, like, just see month, sorry, day to day transactions so that we are aware of. No, not here. Let me see 23rd data. My 23rd data stands from here. So it's just going down, down, higher highs. I think this also is not so same. Nothing on this one. Let's see if I have something on the 22nd. 22nd is here. So the price was here, down, 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 down. So making lower lows. Price also making lower lows. Lower lows. And the price making. And then the price started. And then everything is fine. It's fine, fine. I think more or less it's just behaving in the same manner, not much difference. Here also it's not, there's no example. Shall I try to plot it on 5 minutes chart? Let me see. Let me see. See, it's all a matter of different time frames sometimes. Some days we do have it very very clear in front of our eyes. So price will make upper highs or the higher highs, but price on the other side you'll see it going in the opposite direction. While price might be moving up, but you'll see price coming down on the divergence indicator. So in that scenario, that is what I'm trying to spot here. If I am able to find it, I will show you that scenario. I think when the live market is going on, sometimes it's better. It's sometimes very much visible at that point in time. It's sometimes not so evident. In the historical data, it's a bit slightly difficult to plot that out. I don't see here any. Okay. Anyways, guys, I know in this scenario we're not able to find. If I'm able to find out, maybe I'll go offline and check it, because this is like unnecessarily wasting a lot of our time. What I'm trying to tell you is, like, on the price chart, like, let me draw and I'll give you a example of it. Like, if you see on the price is moving like this, it's going in the upward direction, whereas on the RSI you'll see it going like this, in the sense, not RSI, in the divergence. So this trend which is happening basically is pointing out that there is a divergence that's coming, which is, it's indicating, though price is going up here, now it's clearly showing that from here the price is going to go down. So I have drawn too many highs here. That might not be a case. The moment it starts here, like here, first time, second time itself, you'll be able to make it out. Okay, so if it is moving up here, but it is going down, in one or two moves only, you'll be able to understand that yes, the opposite of it is going to happen. So that is what it will indicate. So let me now go to, this is what it means. I'm not able to give you a live example of it. If I get something, I'll tell you. Well, let me move. Where is my third? Where are my notes? Where are my notes? I kept my notes somewhere, no? Oh my god, I lost my notes. I kept some notes for you guys, no? Yeah, I'm removing all of them. Let's start fresh. Okay, so the next point, first one we've seen support and resistance, which is okay. Support and resistance we've covered and how you can use that. Second thing is we've looked into moving averages. I've shown you how to spot the death crosses and how to spot the golden crosses to be able to identify if the reversal is likely to come or if it is not. Then the third thing that we saw is the relative strength index. So the divergence will tell you if the reversal is happening or not, but the RSI conditions will, whether if it reaches above 70, then it's an overbought condition, and if it reaches below 30, then it's an oversold condition. So in shorter term, in shorter term, you can know that the reversal is coming. That is, in most of the scenario, price shooting from 70 to below 30 or from below 30 to moving back to 70 and above. It is just a minor pullback, or you might say it's a small pullback or a small consolidation. But on a longer term perspective, there is a reversal likely to happen. Then on the divergence indicator, you will see that the divergence is coming, and the price is likely to change its direction altogether. In recent past, I did have some scenarios and I shared this in the community itself, but right now I'm not able to see that for you guys. I'm not able to plot it, but if I find something, I will definitely share it maybe in the community as well. So do check it out. At this current scenario, spotting that for you guys is becoming a bit difficult, so don't worry on that front. So other than that, there's also something called volume indicator, which you should use in order to identify if the trend is strong or not. Other than that, there are some of my favorite indicators like DMI, which is directional movement index, which I will come back to, and also something called pivot points, which are very important. Pivot points is also a very beautiful indicator, which will help you identify if the trend is reversing or if it is not. So each indicator, like I said, is not independent enough to give you right kind of information. So you will have to wait for different indicators to be able to confirm it. So let me show you. Now I'm going to remove all my RSIs. RSIs are almost reaching the overbought conditions, guys. So whoever traders, any spot future traders who would like to basically short, it can start shorting when RSI reaches 70 and above. That is where your opportunity lies. So guys, make the most of it. People who like to scalp, who like to swing trade or day trade, here is your opportunity. You can start your day trading. Sorry, you can start your position from here. Just a sec. I will send a message in the community. Okay. On the 5 minutes time frame, guys, we have a short position. I can see Umar 101420009 and user 5400437. You guys have joined the session. So in case you are traders and you would like to ask any questions, you're welcome to do so. We've discussed a lot of topics today. So if you would like to ask any question, you're welcome to do so. Okay, so you can, start taking short or sell positions from here. You can see clearly the price tried reaching, the buyers tried their level best to uphold the price till 4,200, but somehow the sellers became very prominent here because 70 and above is when usually the overbought conditions happen, and then price basically, like, the sellers like to sell from that position. So price is definitely coming down from this level, and you can see this. And at this point in time, 68, see, you can see the price is trying to reverse. So if the buying pressure at this point in time continues to build up, then the price might shoot up. It's still not reached the overbought conditions. People still, if they feel that they can buy at this level, the buyers will continue to buy, because price at this moment is definitely in the most demanded zone at the moment. So it is having a lot of capacity for sure. So we'll have to see what is lying for all of us here. So at this point in time, yes, people can start taking profits. They can short sell from here, and that is what you can do. So let's see. Now the next thing, what I was telling you, I will be removing these two indicators, RSI and RSI divergence, and then I will be using my volume indicator. Guys, I am going to change that, but give me maybe 5 to 10 minutes of break, and then I'll continue talking about the few more other things that we need to know. And then we'll also come back to MACD, and we'll also come back to the pivot points that we are supposed to. And then we will, understand how you can actually spot the reversal using those two indicators too. So this is how to basically trade, and these are the various things that you need to understand. Okay, so yes, I think I will I will basically talk about it once I come back from 5 to 10 minutes of small break, and then we'll continue talking about it. Okay, as of now nothing is there. Yeah, anybody in the stream who would like to ask any questions, you can shoot. Guys, hold on for a second. I'm just in the middle of something. So let's talk about spotting the reversals. Just a second. Give me a second while I'm actually finishing something. Okay, let's start. Sorry for sorry for holding you guys. Yeah. So as I was saying, yes, so another now, very important thing that we are going to use and we are going to look into is we're going to close this RSI. We're going to close this and then we are going to use some other indicators and other, things. So I'm going to add my pivot points here. So this is my pivot point standard, which I'm going to use. Sorry, not this pivot point standard. Okay, so this is my pivot points. Now, when you get onto it, there will be settings which we need to apply. So you need to go. We don't need all so many pivot points. We just need up to 3 points, which is good enough for us to, utilize this tool for whatever purpose we are using. So here we have. So right now we are in this scenario and zone. So you can see here clearly. So we are on the 24th of September, and this is where my pivot point lies. So if my if basically market is trending just where the pivot point is, that is where it is in the sideways direction. But if either it reaches the support zone or if it is reaching any resistance zone, that's where the actual reversal or the trend is going to start. So you see, after price just moving from here, this zone, you can clearly see that price moved from the zone till this pivot point, and then after that the price dipped till support level 1. Okay, level 1 it reached, but then from there again it bounced back. All right, so if it has bounced back, now it's actually moving into the pivot zone only still. So until unless it crosses the R1 or R2 position, we are not sure of if the uptrend is going to continue. If maybe now that the support 1 level got tested here, then probably if it reaches this support 2 level or it surpasses the support level 3, then we might see the downtrend continuing. So you see here, the downtrend, the downtrend has happened from here. The three supports got like rejected here, and then price went down. Then a new pivot point and new support and resistance were created, and now from here onwards you can clearly see now this zone which we are into, market is slightly moving into the sideways direction. So it hasn't picked up any uptrend or a downtrend. So after the rally, it's not picked up any downtrend or any uptrend. But if we see this on a bigger chart, like on the 4 hours chart, we might be able to find something. But let's just see. So this is for the month of September. Let me pull that data. Yeah, this is from September. So you can see price at so many points in September is just hovering around the pivot point. So here until here it went till pivot point. From here it broke past the resistance 1, and then it broke past the resistance 2, and then it broke past resistance 3. So this was clearly an uptrend. From again this point you can see it broke past the pivot point, and then it went to the support level. So support from here you can see the price again started coming down. So this was the pivot point for this zone, and then price started touching the support 1, support 2. Now it's just above the support 3 level. So it is definitely clearly on a longer time frame, clearly indicating the definitely clearly indicating the long downtrend. So that is how it is. Just a sec. So for us now, the crucial point is here. So at this point, when we are, talking to, when I'm talking to you guys, so here you can clearly see that my current levels are in the support 3 zone. So it's already in the downtrend and it's in the support zone. So it has to now surpass all these levels, till here. Wait, just a second. Here is my brush here. Yeah, here is my brush. So it has to surpass all these levels to be able to take an uptrend altogether. But right now it's in a downtrend and it's clearly showing here and it's very much evident. Okay. So this is another tool which can help you identify if the reversal is likely to happen. If it surpasses the support 3 level also, then it clearly indicates the downtrend is strong and it will definitely continue for some time until the price takes altogether a new direction, and then it starts moving in the upward direction where the new resistance level gets created after the strong pivot point. That is where it lies. So as per this current scenario, this is my pivot point. But whereas if you see, as for the previous one, my pivot point is here. So if it has broken past this level, that means this support, the previous support level got tested here, and then it broke past that, and then a new downtrend, a new trend altogether has been created here. So like this is my pivot point here, this is my pivot point here. and in this one it is this one. So these are very, very crucial points, guys. So price, if someday you plan to keep a long position, like suppose you see that the price is very low and you want to take a buy position, then these pivot points can help you keep even your take profit targets as well. So someone who might have bought it at S3 level can keep a S2 level also as your profit taking period or profit taking zone. Although that is not how you actually in a real term calculated, because we do take profit based on 1:1 ratio or 1:2 ratio, which is ideally how the calculation should be done. But if you want, this can also act like take profit zone. And somebody who wants to short also, they do have crucial points here. Somebody who wants to long buy here and then take a good profit. So if somebody buying at 4095, they know that the next profit zone can be 4 to 5. Although I don't say this is how you should set the targets, but yes, it can give you a good picture, it can give you a clear picture about it. Okay, guys, I'm going to delete this pivot points here. And then let's move on to the other indicator, which is very important for all of us. I'm going to remove all these drawings also, which is the TMI indicator. Now, this indicator is a very beautiful indicator again. I will use this with pivot points as a combination. Let me use this. I think the settings got changed again. Once you close it, the setting gets changed. So, okay, remove the R5, S5, S4, R4. Okay. Okay. So why do I use this as a combination? I use this as a combination because I can see right now the market is just trending in the sideways direction. Of obviously it has reached the lowest level, which is the support 3 level, but I can see it's kind of moving in the sideways direction. Now, in order to determine whether or not right now whatever the trend is going on, if it is strong enough or not, and if there is likely any kind of reversal that is coming up, if I want to know, I can use this as a combination with DMI. DMI stands for Directional Movement Index, which is an which talks about the strength of the trend actually. So right now we can see it's a downtrend clearly. So based on that, you can see the selling pressure. So there are 3 lines on this DMI indicator. DMI has 3 lines here. So the red one which you see is basically like, just a second, I'll adjust my settings here. I think you guys are not able to view my computer completely, no? Because the numbers are missing. You might not be able to. Okay, can you see now? Yeah, I think numbers are now visible. Yeah. So can you see on my right that there are 3 lines on the DMI indicator? So the orange line stands for DI minus, which talks about how much selling pressure is there. Then I have the blue line, which is DI plus, which stands for how much buying pressure is there. And there is this red line, which is ADX line, which is average directional index line, which talks about how strong the trend is. Now, on each one of these indicators or these lines are all basically measured on a scale of 25 and above. So if you see any of them above 25, that means that particular parameter is very strong. So in that scenario right now, the selling pressure line, which is the DI minus line, is above 25. It means the selling pressure is very high. And the trend which you see, which is the average directional index, which is ADX, is also very strong, which is 52.435, which is also above 25. So both of them are very strong in this scenario, which clearly indicates that the buying pressure is fading at this current scenario, and the continuation of downtrend remains very strong at this point in time, until unless there is any scenario that's changing, which means the buying pressure is completely changing, and then there is some kind of reversal or likely of any reversal that's coming up. Until that shows up on the charts itself, you can clearly see, because it surpassed S1, it surpassed S2, it surpassed, it's not surpassed S3 still. That S3 has to still pass, which means then the still continuation of the downtrend with a very strong selling pressure is built up here. So until unless the price starts taking a movement altogether in the upward direction or in the reversal direction altogether, the selling pressure is continuing to grow here. So this is what it means, and that is how we have to start trading, and that is how we trade. So this is another way through which we can spot the reversals, guys. And I think the first I told you support and resistance, we saw it clearly. Then we saw the moving averages, how to spot the death crosses and the golden crosses there. That is what we did. Third thing that we saw was about the RSI, overbought and oversold conditions, and also the divergence that I talked about. And then fourth is obviously the volume. Volume also I told you. I think volume I didn't cover it much. I'll come back to that volume part of it. Before that, I started pivot points, I guess. So fourth we covered pivot points. Then we have next is the DMI that I talked about. So few more things apart from this. You can obviously, if you are a candlestick chart pattern expert, then you will also know that some of the candlesticks basically indicate very clearly that whether the reversal is coming or not. So I am wait, I'm going to enhance this charts a bit, because this is not giving me very clear information. So here you can see. So now my chart is a bit bigger than this. So here you can see, the hammer candles, inverted hammers or hammer candles, uh, candles which are with the long wicks. Okay, those are our indecision candles. Those are our candles which will spot the reversal mostly. So whenever you find hammer candles, inverted hammers, or shooting stars or hanging man, then they are basically signaling you the reversal that's coming. I'll try to pull the. Okay, maybe I have the. I think I have the. In my downloads, I think I have the bullish reversal and I think these are very important or crucial. These are patterns, but the main candles which we basically have to see or follow is like the ones which basically tells you very clearly whether there is any reversal that is happening is the hammer candle. So you can see here these pin bars or the hammers are called as the or bullish pin bars, or or they are also called as inverted hammers or whatever. Like these are inverted hammers, these are bullish hammers. So these are basically, if they are created at a bottom of a downtrend, then may signal price is ready to go up. So either it's an inverted hammer or it's a hammer itself. So both will indicate whether it's the head is up or the head is down. They will indicate that the if there was a downtrend which was going on, and then it will indicate that the price is going to go up. Then we have this shooting star or the hanging man. So this is one, this is another candle. Just a second, let me see. Do I have shooting star here? Just a sec, guys. Otherwise, let me open. Shooting star. Hanging man. Hammer. And inverted hammer. If I find that. Okay, here it is. Yeah. So now you see, these are our very important things. These 4 candle patterns which you see. One is hammer. हथौड़े के जैसा ही दिखता है और हथौड़े की ही तरह होता है. It is a hammer. Okay. And then we have inverted hammer, which also again looks like a hammer only, but that the thing with which you hit, that is like on the bottom side instead of the upper side. Then there is hanging man. Hanging man also more or less it looks like same only, and the shooting star is also more or less same only. अभी इन दोनों में difference देखो. Although both of them look same, even these two look same, but they have different names and they have different significance altogether. The red candle, the red head with the long wick is basically hammer, whereas if it is in the green, it is called hanging man. And the opposite of it is true. The opposite of it is like the one with the body on the bottom and with a long wick, it's a inverted hammer, whereas the same is called as a shooting star if it is in the red color. So these things should be seen near the support and resistances. Looking at this, let's just let me just looking at this, let's just see if these kind of candles are getting formed near the support and resistance zones. Okay, so we already have a support and resistance zones. Let's see. I can see an inverted hammer, not inverted hammer, I guess. It's an inverted hammer. And then I can also see a green, the hanging man also. So hanging man and an inverted hammer. Can I make it a little bigger? So there is definitely an inverted hammer, but depending on this movement, we'll have to see. So this is on a 4-minute chart. If I try to move this to a 15-minute chart and see, like try to make it a little bit more bigger. So this is near the pivot zone only, guys. On the shorter time frame, you can clearly see it's near the pivot zone. So there is, it did cross the support 1 level, but it didn't cross, and it slightly moved up. So it's almost nearing to the resistance zone 1. So if in case the momentum builds up, then it might touch the R1 position, and then it might be, as it moves past R1 and keeps continuing and the buying pressure builds up, then it might be a continuation of a strong upward trend. But if in case it breaks past this level and again moves back to S1 or below that, then it might be again, pull back, and not pull back, it will be a reversal of the downtrend that is likely to happen. So what candle is forming is what we have to see here. If is there any kind of indication. So let me also see it on the 5 minutes time frame. There is an inverted hammer that got created, but so we need not see such kind of candlestick patterns every time. All we have to do is we have to find this near the support and resistance zone. So we did find out our support and resistance zones, right, guys? I will close this pivot points, and I'm going to open a 4-hour chart or a 1-hour chart and plot my support and resistance zones. And from there, we'll try to plot our inverted hammers, shooting stars or hanging man there. Let me just see if I'm able to do it. Shall we take it on a shorter time period and see, like for 2 to 3 days and see? Or shall we do it on the bigger time frames? Let's try to plot it on both the scenarios and see where we can find some opportunities. So this is my resistance zone. This was the highest point to the number of times the price got tested here. And then I have my support zone here again. So my support zone is somewhere here. So this is my zone which gets tested again and again. So my support zone and resistance zone I'm supposed to check. So you see near my resistance zone, I do have here I have one very clear indication. Let me open this. So here I have in my resistance zones, I have one dragonfly doji, which was an indecision candle. And then after that, I had a hammer, or I can call it like the green. The green one is the hanging man. So this hanging man did clearly give me an indication that the price is reversing from here. So you can see after that candle, the price reversed from there. Okay. So the green candle with a longer wick below and a small body on the top. So it does have two different meanings, although they look same, and but the colors are different and the meaning is also different. Just understand the hanging man is also the hammer, but the colors are totally different. So hanging man is in the green color and the hammer is in red color. Be able to spot any hammer here? Let me see. No, there's no hammer here. Yes, I can only see a hanging man. Can I see a shooting star? Based on this scenario, you can clearly point out and check it. This is an inverted hammer. Green color inverted hammer here. So at the bottom of the downtrend, basically, so it does indicate price is ready to go up, but still on a longer time perspective, still it's not that great, but it's a good movement only. Then we do have dragonfly dojis. Yeah, let's continue to watch it. This is another way of identifying if the trend is reversing or anything else is changing for us, so that we can change our decisions there. Then after this, Okay, let me, can I zoom this out? Save images and then, yeah, just keep this in mind, and that is how it should be. Hammer, which is red in color with a small body. Exactly the opposite of it is like the body is down in the bottom and the beak is up. So it's an inverted hammer. Hammer and inverted hammer, opposite of it. Hanging man and a shooting star. Okay. All of them look same. It's just that the only difference is like the colors. The only difference is up and down, and the different meanings they hold. So when you see a red hammer, it is basically bottom at the bottom of a downtrend. It will signal that the price is ready to go up. Whereas when you see an inverted hammer, again the meaning is same. Okay, the although it might look different, but the meaning is again same. It usually appears at the bottom of a downtrend only, and it signifies that the price is likely to go up. So whenever you see any hammer green or red at the bottom of a downtrend, understand that it is basically you know going to change the price from downtrend to the uptrend. Then we have hanging man. Okay, hanging man in green and shooting star in red. So if they appear at the top of an uptrend, an uptrend is going on, for example, and you see that a hanging man is forming or a shooting star is happening, then from price going up, it is likely to go down. Even the red shooting star also indicates the same thing. So understand this candlestick, and next time onwards you'll be able to find out very clearly, and it won't be difficult. Guys, anybody would like to ask me any questions, you're welcome to do so. If anybody would like to ask me a question, please ask me any questions if you think. So anybody who would like to ask me any questions, you can ask me any questions. So right now we have looked into all the required things that we were supposed to. I think spotting the reversal using MACD, volume indicator. I think volume I didn't cover, but volume also you can easily make out volume. And a volume also you need to just see uh, if the trend is reversing with big amount of volume, like if the trading volume looks big, then you can spot the reversal. Then you also have moving averages. We've seen relative strength in, we've seen MACD, not MACD, I think we've seen uh, all the candlestick patterns that helps us identify. So to recap all the whole 4 hour session, we've looked into the markets first thing. Then we've started, discussing about how to spot reversals, and we used support and resistance. We used moving averages. We used RSI. We've used volume. We've talked about the candlestick patterns. Then we've also looked into pivot points. Then we've also looked into DMI indicator. So all these totally contribute towards the spotting of reversal, and it has to be used on different time frames for different types of trade. So if you are a day trader, swing trader, or you are a scalper, then smaller time frames will be useful for you. But if you are a long term trader or a hodler, then you can use basically the bigger time frames like 1 hour or 4 hours time frame. So all these will help you identify all the key levels that we are supposed to find out, and that is how you will be trading, and that is how you will be spotting the reversals too. Let's see, because we've got hardly 5 minutes left out. If we have any kind of bio sell positions here. Because it's a 1 hour chart, we might not find the opportunity. Let's go to the small time frame and see. Selling pressure is still high. DMI is indicating that. I will be closing DMI and I'll put my RSI to see where is it heading. Is it overbought or oversold? So yes, it's heading down. So it looks like there's a minor pullback and price is trying to retrace back from these levels. I'm going to remove my manual support and resistance, and I'm going to add my fib here, fib, to see if the price is near the retracement levels or if it has below that. So price is almost near the fib levels. If the downtrend, if the pressure builds up after this level, also the chances are the downtrend will continue. But if it retrieves or retraces back from this level, then the uptrend is likely to continue. But at this moment, looks like the selling pressure is very strong. Even on the DMI, it was showing. So it's definitely crossing the retracement level. So if it had to retrace, it usually retraces back from this level only 0.618 or zero point 0.5 level only it tries to retrace back if it's a minor pullback. But if it's staying after that also, if it's going down, then the price might possibilities might touch one and it might again bounce back, which is a possibility for a short on a medium term basis. But provided that the buying from this level builds up again. But if it doesn't, then it might be a start of a downtrend altogether. So that is what we have to sit and watch and analyze for some time. So on the RSI, we can see that it is definitely crossing the neutral zones. So probably it might be a thing that it is reaching the oversold zones, and then from here the reversal is likely to happen, which in this scenario maybe it might reach one and then it touches the rock bottom and then again bounces back, which is a possibility. Or if it continues below that, then the downtrend will continue. So some key things to remember, guys, and make sure you do your own research before you get into trades, because crypto markets are highly volatile and anything can happen in a day, and markets can take a very different turn altogether. So make sure you do proper research before you get into any kind of trades, and only invest that much which you think you can afford to lose. So please don't invest all your money also. And other than that, yes, please take care of yourself, trade safely and trade depending on your risk appetite as well as your uh, knowledge levels, and don't just blindly follow the hype, or don't just go by FOMO, fear of missing out, and then make mistakes. With that, I think I'm going to end the stream. This is Nida Afreen, as you all know, on the live stream app, on the live stream of Zbit. So in next coming 2 minutes or 3 minutes, I think if it reaches the oversold zone, it might have a long or buy position. So hold on to your horses and then start trading. Okay. Anybody in the stream who would like to ask me any question, you're welcome to do so. So no questions, guys. So with that, we'll end the stream. And if after the stream also I get any kind of longer buy position, then I will let you know in the community. Meanwhile, keep following and trade safely. Whatever things that I share with you guys, use that in your day-to-day trading, and maybe you'll be able to get some successful trades. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for being the lovely audience you guys are. I will see you tomorrow at the same time between 4 to 8 p.m. and we'll continue to talk about a lot more topics going forward. So stay tuned until then, and we will see you tomorrow.